at least you have your listening device. You have to sit down as usual, listen to the show. The show is always lovely to listen to the show. Talking about troublemakers. No be who first woke up police they win case. If not, like ask the Libyan keeper. That's my way of saying welcome to the show.
Wisdom.
No say one bali. No DPO. And the DPO na Dele Bashir. No.
And they can't get IGP on the touchline. Where be
Augustine
Egwavoin.
And the assistant headmaster we did for there. Now Williams to say come.
Plus the working one.
They don't know what thing they do.
Plus the working one.
They don't know what thing they do. Say Ademola Lookman, they one corner, they look them. Victor Moses, Simon Moses just say, "Man, I wait time don't they read this your delay now. We will show you working." The man just do what not do this. Dele Bashir, I tell like we yes, but I can't do that thing we do. Bad. The man do it. We don't win case. It's alright.
It's okay. Make no mistake about it, we are not talking Nigerian football at this point in time. Do not mind, Benjamin. We're going to be focusing on other sports. There's Formula 1 on the menu. There's boxing on the menu. Build up to the clash coming up December between Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury. There is also tennis. During the course of the week, we heard the retirement announcement of the muscle man from Mallorca, Rafael Nadal, has retired from tennis at the end of this particular tennis calendar. So all of that is coming up, and of course there's also football on the menu. Arsenal, and there's a place for Bukayo Saka on the menu today. Well, in as much as it always sounds like a broken record, I'm trying as much as I can to make sure they don't come up, but they always find a way to come up on the menu. I'm talking about Manchester United. They are appearing on the menu every now and then, for good reasons, for bad reasons, for uncertain reasons, for all the kind of reasons you can think of on the planet right now. Manchester United will not omit themselves from the menu. So what do we do now? It's our duty to talk, to bring these matters to the fore, to bring it to your daily consumption, weekend consumption, and of course your listening pleasure as well, and also to update and entertain and inform you regarding these matters. And Manchester United is one of them. So it's there. If I had a way, honestly, I will stop talking about Manchester United. If I have a way, me, Reliance, I'll stop talking about Manchester United. But I don't have a way. It's not even a sign of the mighty falling.
I think everything will be happy that this week is international break.
Let him breathe now. Let him breathe. You people have choked that man so much.
Now they choke himself.
No, I don't choke him.
How can you lose a game and you come out to start telling us different things? How the sky is this, the that is that. Oga, fine we change. He should change. Either Man U change him or he change Man U. And now he's changing Man U.
Okay. Chooks, there's this eyes you looked at me when I said I want to stop talking about Manchester United. What happened?
Since maybe today now.
So why did you look at me like that?
No, it's just the trouble that is talking.
Okay, you have the troubles now in your eyes. Anyways, I have dark shade, very dark shade on my eyes. So whatever is coming, I have repellent.
Okay.
It comes,
it bounces
back to you.
No.
Today is Sunday, so back to sender.
The receiver.
Back to
the receiver.
Alright guys, let's get the show underway. All right, let's start the stories, and we're starting from Formula 1. Of course, Formula 1 has been on break. Probably explains why you've not heard of talk about it. It has been on break for about 4 weeks now. All right, but in the next 8 weeks, there are 6 races left to conclude the thrilling 2024 season and the World Championship battle with the United States Grand Prix in Austin up first. in the weekend of October 18 to 20. Now, after almost 4 weeks away from the track since Lando Norris's dominant win in Singapore strengthened the McLaren's drivers' maiden title ambitions against Max Verstappen, the sport returns with appetite waited for what lies ahead over the next 2 months, with the fight for first very much alive in both the drivers' and constructors' championship. And the return of the sprint format for the 4th time this season means that in addition to the Grand Prix, which starts at 8 p.m. on Sunday, October 20, the evening of Saturday 19 sees the shortest form sprint race take place from 7 p.m. when there are crucial points up for grabs too. Norris and McLaren head to Texas with form and momentum, with the team having surged into a commanding 41 points lead over Red Bull in the constructors' standings, and the Brighton having reduced Verstappen's lead in the drivers to a still catchable 52. Indeed, having again threatened to absolutely run away with the title in the early months of this season, Verstappen has now gone 8 races without a victory. The Dutchman, though, has won on F1's last 3 visits to COTA, including a crucial one in 2021 late in his epic title duel with Lewis Hamilton, and we hope a Red Bull upgrade for Austin brings him back into victory contention after finishing 21 seconds behind Norris on the street of Singapore. He may not have won the race since 2017, but Hamilton remains the most successful driver in the history of the US Grand Prix with 6 wins and has appeared on the latest 9 podiums, although the Mercedes driver has ended up losing his second place finish last year when his car was disqualified for excessive plank wear. With Ferrari not yet absolutely out of the constructors' title fight either, Liam Lawson making his return to a seat at Red Bull at the expense of Daniel Ricciardo, and talking points galore on and off the track in F1 right now. Surely you do not want to miss the US Grand Prix coming up. So let's let you in on how the schedule is. There's going to be a press conference coming up on Thursday the 17th of this month, and then afterwards 6 p.m. Friday we'll see, of course this time is not West African time, okay, this is local time. So that will see the US Grand Prix practice, the first session of practice. Then there will be team principals press conference coming up, and then later by 10 p.m. local time there's going to be the sprint qualifying. And on Saturday, the build-up starts 6 p.m. 7 p.m. we'll see the sprints. 8:30, there's going to be 10 sprints in the book. The qualifier will be by 11 p.m. And then on Sunday, the build-up starts by 6:30 p.m. local time. And 8 p.m. the Grand Prix proper. So 6 races left up until the end of the season, guys. And we are building up to the return to tracks in the United States, where Lewis Hamilton reigns supreme and has continued to dominate. But first off, guys, let's look at it. The drivers' competition, that's in the race to who wins the season as the ultimate F1 champion, and the race to who wins the season as the constructors. Just take a look at the table, guys. Which one do you think is more enticing, more competitive as it stands? Is it the race to the drivers? By the way, Lewis Hamilton leads not Lewis Hamilton, please. Max Verstappen leads the driver standings 331 points, 7 wins, 11 times on the podium, followed by Lando Norris of McLaren, 279 points, 3 wins, 11 podium finishes. In third place, we do have Charles Leclerc of Ferrari, 245 points, 2 wins, and 9 podium finishes. Let me take it to the top 5. Oscar Piastri is in fourth, 237 points, 2 wins, 7 podium finishes. Carlos Sainz is in 5th. By the way, Oscar Piastri races for McLaren, while Carlos Sainz races for Ferrari. 190 points, 1 win, and 5 podium finishes. For the constructors, McLaren is leading, not Red Bull. So McLaren leads 516 points, 5 wins, 18 podium finishes. And then Red Bull is in second place, 475 points, 7 wins, 15 podium finishes. And then you do have Ferrari coming in third, 441 points, 3 wins, 14 podium finishes. In fourth, Mercedes, 329 points, 3 wins, and on the podium 7 times. Then Aston Martin completes the top 5 at 6 points, no win, no time on the podium. So guys, let's start from there. Which is more interesting and more exciting at this point? Okay, take the word interesting out, or maybe exciting out as well. Let's look at which is more competitive among these two. The race to who wins the season as the driver, or the race to who wins the season as the constructor. Who goes first?
Always busy. Okay,
I thought I wanted to do Tumbo.
That one I will no book.
Okay.
Okay, you see, this is one of those races. Yeah, Hamilton, he's one of the favorites, in this. When we talked about the US Grand Prix, my mind just went straight to Silverstone. Hamilton used to, he's the favorite when it comes to Silverstone, and the man always know how to do it in those areas where he's favorite. Silverstone came, he won Silverstone, and here we are. Yeah, I know we have to talk about how competitive this season has been for both the Drivers' Championship and the Constructors' Championship. He's heating up, and that's what we have always wanted, not the one-sided. When the season started earlier, Max Verstappen, he has won 7 races out of 10. It's always there, Max, give it to Max before the race starts. Say give it to Max and all that. But at this point in time, it's been the man has been deep in form. Mentally he's not been stable after he was slammed with that community service, and the man he's still been talking tough and all that. I think this break that Formula One has had, possibly to have the man would have calmed his head down, giving him a lot of time to probably rest, and if possible see a therapist to see how this sport is mostly psychological. If it is football, I would say you kick the ball in your mind before you kick it with your leg. That's how it is. Sport is mainly psychological, and when you are not up there psychologically, it takes a toll on you. We've seen example where Richarlison wasn't scoring when he went to Tottenham at first. The man said he needed to see a psychologist, and boom, the man started scoring before he was injured. And we see how important psychologists can be in this case. And I think Max Verstappen at this point in time, the few break that Formula One has had, possibly the man could have taken advantage and see him compete. This is one of the remaining 6 races that could decide who wins the Drivers' Championship. And Norris is not resting. He's not resting on his laurels. The man wants to win it. We want now. It's left for us to see if he can actually do it coming from behind to actually win this. And for Max, I want to see his mental toughness. I want to see if he's resilient enough to. Yes, he has not won a couple of races for a while now, so I want to see how tough he is mentally. I want to see how he can actually get up there and boom. I want to see if he can win the race. Despite all the man has been through this few period of time. Like I said earlier, this Max Verstappen has not been himself for a while. So for me, I think both are interesting in talking about the Drivers' Championship and the Constructors' Championship. But for me, I think it's mainly going to. I'm really looking at. I know there needs to be a balance. There needs to be an equilibrium to this. But I'm really looking at the Drivers' Championship at this point in time, because Lando Norris isn't resting at all. And now, yeah, this is the US Grand Prix. I'm not really looking at. It might be that both of them wouldn't win this, Max Verstappen and Lando Norris. But again, yeah, lots of people have written off Lewis Hamilton, the favorite for this Grand Prix. Yes, they've written him out. But again, I'm taking a leap from what happened at Silverstone, which we shouldn't take off Hamilton in this. Hamilton might be a surprise winner. Who knows in this, depending on what happened. But again, I think there's going to be more drama in the Drivers' Championship, and that's where my eyes are actually at.
Chicks, what about you?
I think I'll follow suit. First of all, looking at the Drivers' Championship, you're seeing the point gap is reducing every day, and so you're having the point gap reduced, and you have Red Bull who have actually have the driver, which is Max Verstappen, having 7 wins, and so you consider the fact that McLaren, who has improved a lot with their drivers, Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri, also having fair shares of them wins. That's 32 wins. That's Lando Norris for 3 wins and Oscar Piastri for 2 wins. And so you now come down to the point gathered in the pole position. That's where the issue comes from. And so when you look at Max Verstappen, who normally on the straight lane, you have the faster car, which is McLaren. Then you come to the Benz, the DRS, you still come and look at the McLaren. Now you look at the experience of these drivers from Max Verstappen to Lando Norris to Oscar Piastri. They are almost of the same age bracket, so they have the inexperience at some points. You see those anger issues come up. This unlike sportsmanship also come up. You see the mismanagement of the race. You see all those little mistakes that when you look at him, Lewis Hamilton, he wouldn't make it. And so that's the issue that will come into the mindset of these persons. And 7 wins without a race, 7 races without a win. Okay, 8 races without a win. Yeah, it shows that it's something Benjamin said. The mentality is dropping from the man himself, and I begin to wonder what is the issue. But there's a mindset that will now come into place that say the driver is as good as his car. So you have to now come down to the constructors. What's the issue? That's how now to switch over to the constructors' titles. If the constructor, which is Red Bull, will try to win this title, means that they have to sacrifice one of the two. Is that go for all upgrades of the car, or speak to Sergio Perez, because this man is way down the drain. I don't know the issue with him this season. No points gathered for him. I think it's about 100 and something points gathered for him. That's unlike of this Sergio Perez, which last season he was almost toe to toe with a Verstappen. No wins for him at all. At 144 points, which is gathered maybe based on the more top 10 they have position. Then the pole position will give you some boost. I can't even recall when he entered the top and the pole position last. It shows you the way the man has deepened in form, and the issue will now come back to Verstappen has also deepened in form, and so it's when I say the two drivers are dropping down in the form and how they play and the quality of how they perform on the track. But see, I said to be looking at the Constructor Championship. I want to see how Red Bull actually recovers from these bad incidents. You can't lose both the driver and the Constructor Championship at the same time. They are already down by points. You see, they have more wins. Talk about pole position, talk about the titles. But the issue is the second driver, who is Sergio Perez, is not working. He's not giving them the points that desire, and that's the issue. In Formula One, it's not all about the lead driver. It's your backbone is not. If your backbone is not working well for you in Formula One, it's as good as dead. So you're having 2 drivers who have five wins, which is Norris and Oscar Piastri. But their pole position is wonderful. That's the issue. So at this point, you see McLaren 2-3, you see McLaren 1-4, you see McLaren 1-5. That's the point gathered for them. You see sometimes you see Oscar Piastri pick up the fastest lap. That's additional points. But at this point, you look at Max Verstappen. If he's not the one giving them the point, then there's nothing for Sergio Perez coming in from himself. And so that's why I think Red Bull will begin to look at see there are lots of things we have to make up or upgrade, which I think the Constructors Championship will actually begin to beef up from at least the next race. Ferrari is not far from the 2. They're already 441 points. So any slip from these 2 guys, it means Ferrari will sneak it in and take the Constructors Championship.
Okay. So your eyes on the drivers?
I think I'll go for the constructors. Yeah.
All right. Like I did mention, it's quite interesting this season, where there is no dominance of one person, like Benjamin mentioned. But Benjamin, here is the thing. So when it's Lewis Hamilton, the talk is he has gone past his prime, he has passed his best. But now that it's Max Verstappen, a driver is good as his car?
I think, when you are a champion, or when you're a champion and you've always been a champion consistently, it's like, and you're not performing at some point. Lots of people, it's like Messi doesn't. People would say he's not performing. But one little spark from Messi, you bring out the lion in him. One little spark from Ronaldo, you bring out the lion in him. That's how it is. So for me, I think what's it called? Max Verstappen. Lots of people are actually, wanting Hamilton to get back to his best because lots of people love Hamilton. Trust me. But again, you look at Max. For me, I think yes, Max is nowhere to be compared with Hamilton. Why most fans are actually saying Hamilton has gone past his prime is because he wasn't performing. He's not performing. But we've seen a couple of races this season where the man have come out with his performance to tell you that there's still a lion in me. When you wake that lion up, I can do things. Silverstone is one of them. And going into Max's problem is not about his car. Trust me. Right now, Max's problem is Max. His mentality is not right. I know when you're a champion and you're not performing in few races, it tells on you mentally. Okay. Whether you like it or not, it shows. And we've seen where himself and Lando Norris they are good friends. But we've seen that ginger when it comes to races, they are always struggling and all that. It shows that they want to win something. But the mentality right now for Max is not right. That's his problem, not the car right now. Lewis Hamilton, I think Lewis Hamilton just need that one-time performance. And as for Max, the truth is, Max will come good if he wins one race. If he wins the US Grand Prix, trust me, Max will win the championship, the Drivers' Championship, I mean. So, these are champions, but what they need right now is the right mentality, the right performance. And you can only perform better when your mentality is better. That's how it is. So for Max, the car is not his problem. The problem is Max. Max needs to get his psychology right, his mental state very right going into this race. That's where he gets a chance. As for Lewis Hamilton have not gone past his prime. He's just not getting it right. But one race can actually bring out the lion in him, and he can perform.
You made that statement, Jokes.
Which statement?
The statement that
you declare your statement
that
the car is good as his driver.
That Max Verstappen, a driver is good as his car. We're talking about Max.
Yes.
So why is it something not applicable to Lewis Hamilton?
It can be applicable to
Lewis
Hamilton. First of all, you saw the race 2 years ago. That you see that slim margin. That even though you say eyebrows were raised concerning the incident that happened in Formula One, but truth be told, Max Verstappen won the race. Let me just say, the help. Let me say help. Last 3 seasons that was that. Then the last 2 seasons, was dominated from the start of the calendar
to the finish,
to the end. Last year, almost the same thing. I think he won a golden. Is it how many races even wins? I think more than double races. This season, for Christ's sake, the both drivers are bad. Number one,
Max is bad. Lewis is bad.
Not Lewis. I'm talking about the Red Bull drivers.
Okay.
Max is bad.
Sergio
Perez is bad. That means they're not giving points as normally. Perez last year, so what he did with Max Verstappen, he went 2-2. Now, so aside that one, you can't get two bad drivers at the same time in the season. No.
So that means it's the constructors, it's the car.
Purely it's the car. Number 2.
Are you not taking into context the possibility of these two drivers also having a poor season?
7 wins before this season. No,
it can be a dip in form.
It can be possible, dip in form, but not as bad as this. Max Verstappen won almost more than 10 races last season. He almost cleared the racing track. I think he won more than 20 races last season. So you look at how he's diminishing. Just 7 races in how many races to go? That's just 6 or 7 races to go.
What is the problem with Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes?
The problem with Hamilton, let's say Mercedes last season or last 2 seasons, where is the car number 1?
Last season,
temporarily the car was good, but like I said, the man is way past his prime, and there's someone that is already king of the jungle, which is the Max Verstappen.
That has gone 8 races without a win.
It's not the car is the problem.
The car is a problem.
Yes,
That's not an excuse.
it's an excuse. For Christ's sake, you give me a ball that cannot bounce, and you complain me not to play the ball well.
It's like the South African World Cup. I don't know if you remember Jabulani, the ball called Jabulani. The goalkeepers were coming out to complain. The goalkeepers were actually coming out to complain, to say the ball was too fast, blah blah blah. But in that tournament, a goalkeeper won the Golden Glove. So why you are complaining? Someone is doing something better. So I don't think that the car or what's his name, the car is the problem. See, even if they give you the fastest car in the world, your mentality is not right. You won't win a race.
That you went toe to toe with Lewis Hamilton.
Chuck, let me ask you a question.
No, mentality difference. It differs. If you last year you won races, you were good. Now, see the pressure. I'm coming. The pressure of being a champion is more difficult than the pressure of being the last man on the table, because you're already down. What are you fighting for? But the pressure of staying there. So every season comes with different pressure. And right now, you look at Max. The man is going through. Well, I don't know how to put it, but he's going through a situation right now that his mind is not okay. Every press conference, he comes out to talk about the punishment that was given to him, what he has to say, why he wouldn't say what he wants to say so that he doesn't get fined again or he doesn't get punished again.
He's being careful, for Christ's sake.
That is not what you ought to be saying. At this point in time, you need to be working on your mentality. That's how it is. So if they give you the fastest car, your mentality is not right. No way.
Chooks, let me ask you a question. Which constructor has the fastest or the best car right now in Formula 1?
McLaren. Yeah.
So if Verstappen drives the McLaren car, he's going to come back to his form. He's going to perform better.
I think so.
You think?
Yeah. He's thinking. I don't know about. I can't be too sure.
So if you're not sure that he's going to come back to his best form if he's into McLaren's car, how are you certain that both drivers cannot be poor at the same time?
Because the man has shown that he can keep winning.
Has Lewis Hamilton shown before that he can keep winning?
Yes, and that's why I said he's way past his prime.
This man is way past his prime when he has shown that he can keep winning.
Let's look at last season.
Okay.
How many races did he win?
Okay.
Example.
And the car wasn't a problem.
Like I said, you can't rule away the car. I will not say that. I can't rule away the car. But Max Verstappen with the bad car this season has won 7 races.
How bad is McLaren's car compared to Mercedes?
McLaren's car is not bad now.
Sorry. How bad is Red Bull's car compared to Mercedes?
Number what? They find come. I said to obviously yes. Cough my mouth.
Chooks.
Cough my mouth.
There's something I wanted to say, but let me not say it. For obvious reason, I'm not going to say what I'm about to say.
Well, seriously, like I said, the same to say. The drivers.
Nelson is here, by the way. Nelson, welcome.
I'm not far from to Reliance. Yeah. So I'm glad to be here to talk about sports once again.
Yeah.
See, so the drivers are good. See, Max Verstappen is good. He's at the peak of his at his prime.
I can't remember the last time Lewis went. I mean, he's competing. Okay. So, Lewis Hamilton is competing for the drivers' championship. I mean, seasons he competed. I can't remember.
I tell you last season.
I can't remember. No, I mean seasons he competed because the last 2 seasons will be out of it because it's documented the struggles. At some point, Mercedes changed.
Yeah, Mercedes changed engine.
They changed engine at some point that cost them
to revamp.
Of course, you know when you change engine, definitely you because some point it cost you some point in the season. So the problems of Mercedes were, you know why I'm going hard on you. The problems of Mercedes were well documented last season, even last season before last. Now, for Max, I mean the problem of Red Bull and car, and I don't even think it's that documented as compared to Mercedes, but that's not for me to decide. It's for you guys to decide. Now, for Max, in a season you are competing for the championship. You're going 8 races without a win. I can't remember Lewis Hamilton
doing that.
Like I said, see, he will not blame he will not blame the Max Verstappen for no reason. It's not possible.
Now, let me ask you a question. How many greats do we have right now? How many top performers do we have right now in Formula One?
Is it in terms of pedigree or just terms of how they're performing now?
Four.
In terms of pedigree and everything. Form, pedigree, everything.
Four. I would say
Oscar Piastri is doing
I bet two. Nobody
Oscar Piastri is doing very well.
Two.
Okay.
Oscar Piastri. For Christ's sake, who's the winner? We're talking about winners, please. We're talking about winners.
So
because we don't know
you want?
You don't know how many win, you don't know how many support. They call players, they call fans.
No.
I'll be serious.
Oscar Piastri has ended up in the podium like for 3 races now. And
Max Verstappen has won 7 races. Let's continue.
3 minus 7. Let's
continue.
Go on.
Can we go on? We're talking about people that win. We're talking about
go on.
Okay. You are saying
only 2.
Oscar Piastri has 2 wins this year.
Only 2.
And
Only 2 drivers.
Only 2 drivers.
Only 2 drivers.
No, 3.
Who is add again?
Okay, let me add.
No,
let me come out now. Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen, and
Alonso.
What's this guy from McLaren?
Lando Norris.
If I rush this boy.
He has scored his own 3. Call your own 2.
Hamilton and Max.
Hamilton and Max, trust me.
Okay. No problem. No quarrel.
Never enter boxing.
Never enter boxing. So no quarrel about that. Good, very good. Now, it means for you, if Max is not challenging Hamilton should challenge Max. Yeah?
Sure. Yeah.
Because they are more or less in a world of their own, yeah?
Yes.
Now, in a season, in the absence of Lewis Hamilton challenging Max, or Max challenging Lewis Hamilton, like in the absence, in a scenario where none of them is challenging each other, what should happen to the one who is in the title race?
He should be the leader, obviously.
They want to say 2.
No, hold on.
He should be the one that's obviously in the lead, or he should be the one that's packing the points anyway.
Good. Because nobody the challenger.
He should just be the Leicester of the league.
Good. Leicester.
Leicester.
I'm coming. I like that point. Just give me that shout. Let's continue.
How can it be Leicester of
the league?
Let's
continue.
Because when the big boys weren't performing, Leicester won the league.
Simple. It's happened.
We're not going there. We're not going there. Okay, hold on. What the same as Verstappen is Leicester City?
No, like you don't understand. What we are saying is the both bigger boys.
We are not going there. They carry me go where I never go. I beg you. Now me they drive this shit. Come on your bike. They carry me go where I never go. Now, so if one is not challenging the other, it means it should be a straw for the other one. Right now, Hamilton is not challenging Max.
Max is not challenging
Hamilton. Is in the title race. No, if Max not challenging, because Max is in the title race. Hamilton is not. Max is in the title race. Hamilton is not.
Yeah.
By the analogy and the agreement of the logical reasoning we just came upon a conclusion, it means Max should be running away with the title.
Sure.
But he's not.
Because he's not helped.
Does that mean that
he's
Max
not being helped?
He's not helped.
Does that mean that Max has underperformed?
Surely.
And should not.
He has underperformed. No, he has actually underperformed.
He has underperformed.
But the problem is this.
Has he disappointed?
Yes,
obviously.
He has.
Terribly,
No. So who own up at this point?
Who
owns up to the disappointment, to the underperformance? Who owns up to it?
Himself.
Constructors, rest.
Oh, God. Constructors.
Like I said, the man started the season all gold blazing. 7 straight, I think it's 5 straight wins.
Yeah.
Yes. 5 on the bounce.
So you can't tell me the man is as bad as this. You can't have 5 straight wins. Then the next 6-7 races, you're telling me I'm struggling.
No,
it means that the car is becoming bad as the season goes through. So that's the simple truth. That's the simple logic.
Not only the car, though, even the constructors manager, like this.
I so everything about the management, the board, everything.
It is the more reason why I said, see, this team is a mentality thing. It's like football. If the environment is not okay, that's why most times I don't blame. I'm sorry, I'm deviating. That's why most times I don't blame Eric Ten Hag most times.
Don't go
If the problem,
leave us alone.
If the environment is not conducive enough, I'm not making excuses for him. It affects you mentally. Okay. It affects the players mentally.
Okay, guys.
That's how it is.
Okay, guys. So, ladies, gentlemen of the press, scratch that. Honorable members of the House. Can this parliament agree in unison that Mercedes is still the constructor to challenge in all ramifications, including drivers, car, everything and everything?
Yes.
Constructors, yes. Support, aye.
Constructors, yes. Drivers, no.
The eyes have it.
Drivers, no.
How is it no?
Who's Judge Russell?
Judge Russell is not something that you can count on. Even
something.
Somebody actually they can compare to any
to Sergio Perez.
I know.
Why are you picking Judge Russell?
What happened?
Lewis Hamilton is still driving for Mercedes.
No, he's not. He has not left.
No, he has not left.
He's leaving next season.
For now, he's still
a part of it.
Team.
I'm not saying Lewis Hamilton is not the.
But why did you overlook Hamilton to pick Judge Russell?
Now, I will go for where you get points. But see, I want to go toe to toe, but I can't compare Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton. No, that's abomination number one.
Good.
So you said Lewis Hamilton is on his own world of his own. So you have
then Judge Russell and Sergio Perez.
Lewis Hamilton is older generation. You have a new gen in Max Verstappen.
Okay, that you can't compare.
Because of what he still has a long time to do it. See, Hamilton is like 7 titles won. Verstappen is 3. Might win this year. I actually hope that he wins.
Maybe hope.
Yeah, I think he actually will win. If Red Bull will try to improve their car. See, I think if you're telling me if anything happens to Red Bull car in terms of improvements, I'm sure you Max will actually go for a 6-7 year race on a bounce. It's the man has done it before.
When you have Lando Norris,
Lando Norris, I don't know. It's based on experience. You're talking about Max Verstappen and Lando Norris. The cars are bad. That's why you are seeing that Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri.
Okay,
you're seriously saying this chicks.
Yes, obviously.
All right. Thank you very much. So let's know what you think about the subject matter being discussed. Who owns up to the poor performance of Max Verstappen himself, the constructors, and of course, can it be agreed upon at this point that Mercedes team is still the team to beat, despite Red Bull having back-to-back wins? And right now, they might not win this season, Red Bull, because McLaren is leading the Constructors' Championship and Lando Norris is in the title race. And if Lando Norris is challenging Max the way it is in the absence of Lewis Hamilton, is it to be agreed upon that Max still have a lot to do to even go close to what Lewis Hamilton has been described in terms of Formula One? Let's know your thoughts. And when Lewis Hamilton quits the sport, when he retires, but these days, great people in sport are retiring. You know, Ronaldo and Messi, those ones, they never have a reason I'm first. So when he retires, because it's not even a matter of if he's going to retire someday. So when Lewis Hamilton retires from Formula One, will it be now an equal playing ground, or the sport will become unexciting? Guys, on this one.
Equal playing ground. I think the sport is really exciting, so it's to be equal playing ground, because at that point in time everybody's on a clean slate. Apart from a Max Verstappen who has this the titles to his name. So looking at Lewis Hamilton, David is saying, so no pressure from others in terms of let's try to match up demand, or let's give our 101% on the race, because see, there's not any day if you're racing with Hamilton on the track, you have that feeling that this man can actually turn up any day, anytime, compared to the experience and the form he has actually gathered and the knowledge of the track which he's driving. Then you now come to maybe you have Max Verstappen as an example. You are driving against the likes of Lando Norris. Does that believe that I'm bigger than these guys in terms of what I have done or what I've achieved in the race or in the scene, on the sport? I'm bigger than them. But when you have a superior, which is Hamilton, you have to calm down and say, okay, I have a fear factor here. Who anytime, any day, like Ronaldo, even though he's 39 years old, the defender will have that mindset that, see, any day, anytime, this guy can be a demon. You can turn to a beast. The same thing to Messi. Any day, anytime. Even though they have a worst game, even though they're having a minus 4.5 game, but they have that, they can turn up at any minute. And when they turn up, you see Ronaldo scoring a hat-trick for fun. You see Messi scoring a hat-trick for fun. You see that slick pass, Messi will give it to you. That's when the game's turn on. And so, there are little magic these players, these legends can give you at every sport. And Lewis Hamilton is not far from those players or those legends in the world of sports entirely.
So it's going to be an equal playing ground.
Sure, surely.
So, okay, Ovie. Ovie, day. Nelson, you don't think so?
I don't think it's going to be an equal playing ground because there's a competition in the Formula 1, whether I like it or not. There's competitions. We have the likes of Oscar Piastri coming up. But like I said, I call his name before. You people are like, who is this guy? But this guy
not me.
has ended up in the podium most times. Yeah. Yes, he's always challenging Max and other people when it comes to the Formula 1 races. Mm-hmm. You also have George Russell there. He's still young. You have the likes of Lando Norris. He's still in the mix. You have Sergio Perez.
Leclerc.
Yeah, Charles Leclerc is still there. So this Formula 1 drivers now are still there competing to be like Lewis Hamilton. They want to be like that name. So there will still be more competition in the Formula 1. It will be more interesting and it will be more intriguing, unlike before. Now you have one person you call Lewis Hamilton. Now you don't know who will carry it next time. Maybe it will be a Sergio Perez coming up to the mix, or George Russell taking the helms of a from Lewis Hamilton and being one of the champions. So now it's going to be like a mist. We don't know what's going to happen. This time it's going to be more interesting because other drivers will step up.
But don't you think Max Verstappen can become a Lewis Hamilton when Lewis Hamilton retires? Now, what I mean by that is he can be like that extra, that alien.
Not if
can he fill in that boot?
He can fill in that boot, but when you are in a bad consensus, like a company, like a Red Bull company, like you don't have the management, you don't have the cars to do it, it's going to affect you a lot. So I feel you should think through and go to a very good constructor, maybe a Mercedes, or maybe a Ferrari, or maybe a McLaren. So you can be able to compete. Ferrari don't already get Lewis Hamilton.
Okay. Anyways, that should be when Hamilton retires.
Exactly. Yeah. If he retires, maybe he can go to a constructor that can give him what he wants. He has the talent to do it. Max Verstappen is a threat to anybody in the Formula 1 races. Whenever it's out to you, that somebody is coming out to you, just like Lewis Hamilton. So I feel he should just find a way to, at least if Red Bull cannot be able to improve themselves, then he should quit. They say if church doesn't change, you change your church. So find a way to change the particular driver's control that we are riding for and go to a better one. And I'm seeing him, seriously now, I'm seeing him being like Lewis Hamilton, at least a little bit close to him.
Alright, so do you see Max Verstappen being a Lewis Hamilton when Hamilton retires? That's being that extra threat, just like you have Messi and Ronaldo in football. Let's know your thought on this one. 0701 933 9962. That is 0701 933 9962. We're talking about Formula 1. Next weekend is going to be the US Grand Prix, one out of the 6 remaining races for the last 8 weeks of this Formula 1 calendar. And he has gone 8 races without a win, the Dutchman Max Verstappen, with Lando Norris chasing him seriously for the ultimate championship for this particular season. And let's know your thought on this particular one, talking Formula 1 this afternoon on the show. Let's now switch. Let's leave the tracks of Formula 1. Let's go to the ring of boxing, and there's a build-up towards the fight between Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, and of course the Ukrainian Alexander Usyk. That rematch comes December after Usyk defeated Tyson Fury to become the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world for the first time since 1999. That Lennox Lewis held that title, but he's no longer undisputed because he had to relinquish the IBF World Heavyweight Championship that will be contested for, or let's say that was contested for, between Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois, of which the other Briton won in Daniel Dubois. Dubois won, and Joshua is still feeling the heat, by the way, aftermath of that loss, and they are in talks of a rematch between these two, although IBF is also working on the possibility of having a mandatory challenger. So it might get a little bit complicated for that rematch to happen between Daniel Dubois and Anthony Joshua. Dubois is in the middle of it, but Joshua wants it seriously. He wants that rematch seriously. If it's left to him in the next couple of weeks, he want to go in there and attempt to redeem himself. But the structure might not allow that to happen immediately, as there ought to be a mandatory challenger for that IBF World Heavyweight Championship of the World after it was relinquished by Alexander Usyk. But talks are ongoing between the promoters, the IBF, that's the boxing body, International Boxing Federation, that organizes fight for that belt, and we'll keep you posted regarding that development. But let's talk about the nature of fight we've seen in the past couple of weeks, past couple of months, years at the heavyweight division. Benjamin, have we seen the fierce rivalry at the heavyweight division of recent, or there's that lack of touch of what an heavyweight division should look like?
Yeah, I think we're still lacking that fight. I want to see one of those fights. I want to see. We've seen Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. Yeah, we've seen that fight. Did that fight live up to expectation? That's the question. And for me, I think that fight was, for me, if I want to rate that fight, it could be 60 over 100 for me. I want to see let me go to the fight, the just recently concluded IBF bout between Daniel Dubois and Anthony Joshua. I was very disappointed in that fight because I was hoping I could see two boxers that, want to go toe-to-toe, fight until the last round, unlike you'd see Mike Tyson against Evander Holyfield. Those are fights. Those are what heavyweight division are made for. You want to see those fights. You want to see the eye closing. You want to see the blood gushing out. You want to see those heavy punches, flying here and there. You want to see somebody fall, get up, continue again. Not fights where it is as early as the first round, you're seeing somebody fall down, getting up again, bringing the person down again. And it's so sad that is, when this thing happens, our brothers are involved, talking about Samuel Peters and now Anthony Joshua. It's so sad. But again, I think heavyweight division hasn't really. I want to see one of those fights that I want to see is Tyson Fury against what's his name, Anthony Joshua. I want to see Alexander Usyk against AJ again. I want to see those big fights again. That's what the heavyweight division is meant for. But nowadays, you see fights that are not really. You see Zilejang. You see what's his name, Andrew Wies Jr. I don't think those fights are meant for heavyweight division. Heavyweight division is that division that is brutal. You want to see those blows, those eye cuts. Nowadays you see two boxers call themselves heavyweight fighters and they go into the ring. There are no blood coming out. There are no punches. I need a close. Just like the way this MMA fighter fought and beat his opponent, closed the man's eye. The nose was bleeding. The eye was closed. Pereira, yes. Those are the kind of fight you want to see in the heavyweight division. So that when you say we fight the fight, even if you win, when they press to take the shot, then the boy would get to the house and they will not even press him hot water because he mesmerized Anthony Joshua. Those are not the kind of fight we want to see in the heavyweight division. We want to see those fights that when they throw you blow, just like the way Chooks wanted to rush Nelson. You say I go rush you. Those are the heavyweight division fights where immediately you come into the ring, when the bell goes on, you want to, rush the opponent. You want to do something.
Comrade. Honorable member of the house.
I think.
Honorable member of the house. Hold on a bit.
Okay.
Honorable member, hold on a bit. You look at Chooks from head to toe. You look at him very well from head to toe. You look at Nelson from head to toe. Like, you look at him very well from head to toe. And you mentioned their names, and you mentioned heavyweight division.
No, this one has semi featherweight. Because if you wear them gloves, the thing will fall for their hand. They cannot stand the heat. I'm just making it.
How could you look at this?
Why I had to mention Chooks was Chooks had to rush. You say, I will rush you. For street, any person first I rush you, that person no get strength. No one get strength, they talk. That's how it is.
Action.
Fury talk. You see, do how anyhow for dirty and for ring. They know they talk anyhow for heavyweight division. Wait, when the fight the point person. So we I know this. Your dream at the stop for semi featherweight. So no, again, with all seriousness, I think the heavyweight division is really lacking that fight. But you look at who is available now in the heavyweight division. That's what that's a question. That's a question you should ask yourself. You have Anthony Joshua, you have Tyson Fury, you have Deontay Wilder,
Joseph Parker.
You have a Deontay Wilder that is semi-finished.
Who is finished?
Semi-finished. Deontay Wilder is semi-finished.
What has top 3 again?
So if you want to rank the heavyweight fighters right now, you have to go to Usyk first. You look at
Fury.
What's his name? Fury as the second. Let's say the second person. Then the third right now would be what's his name? Daniel Dubois. You won't go put Anthony Joshua with them beat you. But we are lacking fights. That's the truth. The heavyweight division is lacking fights. I want to see fights among the top 3. Okay, yes, Usyk have fought Fury recently.
Usyk just came in. Usyk broke in more like it. It was to be.
That's how it is.
Used to be Joshua,
and I believe they are very good fighters at the lower division than technically gifted fighters.
Fierce fighters.
Yes.
Aggressive fighters.
Yes. Than most of the people we call the heavyweight division fighters. Yes. Take example, Usyk. Usyk was not amongst, and remember, any fight Usyk goes to, he was placed as the underdog because he just broke in. But the man wanted to make a statement.
Was he really placed at the underdog?
Yes.
Usyk did finish everything at the is it cruiserweight?
Yes,
he finished
cruiserweight.
Everything there.
No, see, if you
it
are
was
from
undisputed.
If you are from the
cruiserweight, dominated and said, "There's nothing left here anymore."
It's like coming from the championship. You're ranked as the small team.
If you win, if you come from the championship with a golden trophy,
yes,
you know what I mean by golden trophy?
You'll still be ranked down.
You still be ranked down.
Yes,
you win.
I'll give you an example.
Okay.
Only won the championship,
but wasn't golden. When I mean golden, I mean you win clean slate.
Winning is winning.
If you come like that,
but they go see,
he go still rank you down.
You go see there. Look you.
Do you know what it means to go over 30 matches?
You know every season that
without
comes,
a loss and winning majority of them.
Yeah, you know every season that comes, whoever qualifies from the championship, when they are putting the potential, even when they've not started the Premier League, when they are putting the potential team that could be relegated, those 3 are among, because they still rate them down. When Usyk came in, yes, he finished everything at the cruiserweight. He finished everybody. But when coming into the heavyweight, people were not really taking him serious, because there are some, because you've already seen these heavyweight fighters, you know what they can bring to the table, but they've not seen what Usyk can bring to the table. Until Usyk, the man was hungry. He wanted to make a statement. Now he's not undisputed because of that IBF belt that was stripped from him. Yes, but again, you look at it, that man is undisputed. Take it or leave it. There's nobody in the heavyweight division right now that can beat Usyk. So you look at the people in the heavyweight division. Who is Zilizan? Who is Big Baby, whatever he calls his name, Big Baby Miller? Who is
what is this
semi-finished man?
Deontay Wilder.
Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua. No, before it was Joshua. Joshua has lost a couple of fights that has made him come down the pecking order, but right now is Usyk. You look at who is in the heavyweight division apart from Alexander Usyk. Okay, let's say Tyson Fury. No other person again. Leave Daniel Dubois out of it.
Why? He just defeated.
I know he's.
I know
if you want to rank, you would say he's part of top 3, but he's just coming up right now.
Benjamin, but what will you call
But Naso Usyk take come up.
Exactly.
Naso Usyk take come up. He came up. He became the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world for the first time in how many years?
A lot to prove in the heavyweight division.
Yeah, I think he has done.
He has proved
The boy is a title holder.
Yes, I know
Has
he's a
beaten
title
one of the
holder.
best.
What's his name?
Anthony Joshua.
One of the best.
One of the best.
Reliance.
Is Joshua not one of the best?
Andrew Rees Jr. was a title holder when he beat Andrew Joshua and took those titles. Who was Andrew Rees Jr.? You're holding the title.
The moment Andy Reid Jr. defeated Anthony Joshua, he became somebody.
Exactly.
I know, yes, but what has been his rank coming up? What has he done coming up?
No, we're not talking about
You beat
what he did before.
You have to do.
We're talking about what he has done after he beat Joshua. After he beat Joshua,
Yes.
Joshua defeated him and reclaimed the belt.
So
now,
When last did you hear?
No, hold on now.
Who serious fighter will go and fight and even as you do like this, them put them book low behind. You know, Griff Andy
I know go fight.
because you know
I know go fight
that.
that move.
Because of the money,
Now because of the money, I'm your Kalewa punch. You don't concern me. I go enter ring. That money.
Because like Joshua after the
That money don't change my life.
But Reliance.
Wait, face. You see that money? It don't change my
Just
life.
gotta come
I go collect one punch.
Collect $50 million.
I'm out.
Can you fight again? No.
Do you know?
Ref, no.
Fight waiting
Ref,
again.
I didn't fight again.
Fight waiting again.
But-
I will just tell
But the
my.
ref go say, but your legs are strong. Say, nah,
Yeah.
you can't.
See your leg.
I know
I said my
fight
leg.
again.
I finally dey talk. That time I was training. I never dey talk.
How
You
many
can't throw it
fingers?
somewhere.
How many fingers?
Throw it somewhere.
Imagine say Chooks na your coach.
Oh.
Agree.
I don't stand on the glass. He go enter ring. He go enter ring go fight. I don't go house. Go collect my money. Go rest. Do you know what one fight did to Francis Ngannou?
Yeah, I changed his life.
And then there's this guy. There's this guy that what's his name? That fought an exhibition bout. I think a Japanese that lasted for about 9 seconds. I'll be how many on the ring?
9 seconds.
On the ring, I can't recall exactly, but so that guy in life changed for good.
But seriously, wow, that's money.
Nine say I no go enter. Nine say
Me I go last 20.
Nine say I no go enter ring. Go face.
I go get blow and you know, no say this serious.
But Reliance,
seriously,
I don't think the boxing terrain is dying. I think no, we are missing big fight like the type of AJ and Danny Dubois and all the rest. But let's see. I will not write up Deontay Wilder yet. People are saying that he's what you call him?
I don't understand.
Don't finish. Relegation zone.
I don't think he's finished.
First of all,
let's not forget this name, George Foreman. I keep saying this name every time, but not because of anything, but because of what he has done. When he left the boxing terrain, he came back more stronger. I think Deontay Wilder.
Who was that?
George Foreman.
Okay,
Check him out. He came out more stronger. So Deontay Wilder coming back to the wrestling boxing terrain. He will be more stronger.
Oh, Wilder want to come back to a boxing.
He will come back.
First of all, let's talk about.
You know how many years it took. He took 4 months.
I know
he came back at 5.
That mentality is down. See, Fury, you clap hands for Fury because of the mental strength he has gotten over the years after coming back from that doping ban. It's a different monster strength to do that. Number 2, I think is that the boxing heavyweight has dropped. I don't know whether they have stopped producing serious good boxers. Let's go down to 2002. Lennox Lewis and Tyson Fury. That was the biggest boxing bout we had then.
Yeah.
Then from 2011, we started having a drop in bout. We have Vladimir Klitschko and can't recall that name again. I think that's David Hay.
David Hay.
Then when I came down
Klitschko, the Klitschko brothers.
When I came down to 2017, we saw the likes of Joshua fought the Mikishiko, and he said that was the down stages of
Klitschko down, tire.
Then he now came down to, I think, 2020, 2018, 2021, and you had the trilogy with Fury and Deontay Wilder. I can't mention the junior and boxing and Joshua in the big bouts. I can't try that thing.
Don't try it.
So I can't even mention
Which one?
Junior and boxing and Joshua AJ. It's a big bout.
No, not a big
Then
bout.
I'll mention. See,
Can you mention in 1990? I know.
I know. See, there's something there's a
I
you mentioned. You don't do that.
I know.
But see, if we're going down to history, the boxers we've gotten from 2002 to 2017 are top quality boxers.
Yes.
Now from 2017, for Christ's sake, we had 3 boxers that dominated till that they're almost done with. Joshua was there. You have a Tyson Fury. You have a Deontay Wilder. After that trilogy fought, brother had to just resign. I will say, he dropped. He just decided to rest from boxing. He came back. Joseph Parker didn't what was not good.
Child.
Then you talk about Joshua from going from a one bout to another bout, just getting beaten anyhow. He lost against Junior. He lost against Usyk. He tried to come back against a Dubois. He was beaten again in the 5th round. So that's it. 2 down out of the 3. Then he comes to Fury. If he loses the bout on the 1st of December, we see the era is done and dusted
For him.
That's simple. For this Joshua era, it's as good as done. You're not beginning to look at names. Who will not look at Usyk? Who Usyk begin to fight? It's as saying that he has finished
I conquered the heavyweight.
It's very simple. I don't think the belt and go to and rest because
No challenge.
Dubois that most likely Usyk technicalities.
The boy will shock you. Come back stronger.
Talks about technicalities. Joshua don't finish. He carry Dubois go beat him. And that's if the color is still Usyk.
So Dubois defeated and finished Joshua.
Yes, I just saying it. See, because Joshua bought one Ngannou didn't mean he was back. It never meant that Joshua was
Not just Ngannou.
He beat
Otto Wallin.
Yes,
Otto Wallin was just about
there are different box. See, I look at the mentality. I look at your progress. I look at the way you climb. He fought. Is it Helenus?
He fought
Yes,
Helenus.
He struggled against Helenus.
Did he?
He already struggled against Helenus.
Okay.
He fought again. I think I said okay. The fight that actually took people by storm was Otto Wallin, because some people will say the same Otto Wallin did almost finished as a Fury. And so people will say okay, he actually won that bout. But for Christ's sake, 2 boxing bouts are different. And so because Joshua was in his A form, or at that point in time that boxing bout, or how he prepared to facing Otto Wallin, it didn't mean that the man was back to his form. We saw it against Daniel Dubois. Joshua from the first round was beating like a baby boy.
Oh boy,
He was beating black and blue.
They no beat me like
From
that.
the first round to the Joshua first to come back 2 times before he was knocked out.
You beat me to my bite you. No,
So
beat me like that.
that was as bad as anything.
All
So
right.
I felt we have missed boxers that are great for Christ's sake from 22 to 17.
Down, it has
17.
been-
Down
it has been declining.
I've seen it already. I said on the 21st of December, if Fury loses the bout, it means that no more boxers again in the W8.
All right, let's know your thoughts on the show. Is the heavyweight division gradually losing touch? Is it becoming porous? There no more fierce rivalry. I mean, something will take us back to the era of Mike Tyson, George Foreman, Lennox Lewis, Leonard Spinks, and all those other fighters that used to grace the heavyweight division and come out fighting tough and challenge. But these days, the school of thought in this today is that the heavyweight division is becoming porous as the year goes by. Do you subscribe to that school of thoughts? Are we getting under par fights that are not measured up, are not much, in terms of the contest that we are seeing between these fighters, that are not up to a heavyweight fight from what you've seen so far? Let's know your thoughts. 0817 0000 0810 9510 These are the phone numbers to call. For the SMS and the WhatsApp portal, it's double at 0701 933 9962. That is 0701 933 9962. We've talked Formula One on the show, talked about Lewis Hamilton and the challenge of Lando Norris on Max Verstappen ahead of the remaining 6 races of the season. The next one coming up next weekend, next weekend. Well, this is the beginning of the week for many, and officially for working class, that's for corporate people, it's the end of the week. The week starts tomorrow, Monday. So whichever one you fall into. So this coming weekend will be the US Grand Prix, one of the remaining 6 races of the season. We've talked about Formula One, couple of talking points there as well, and now boxing, couple of talking points as well. Let's know what you think about these matters. Would you compare this set of heavyweight division to what many saw in the era of Mike Tyson and all of those other guys, the dominance that we are seeing and all? Would you compare, and where does Alexander Usyk rank for you? Do you see a case where Alexander Usyk beats Tyson Fury and then he leaves the sport because there's no more, just as it happened in the cruiserweight? He's done and he leaves the sport and say, nobody did again. Who I won't fight? You know, all right? I lost that call. Do what to call back if you can. 0817 0000 951 0810 9510 951. Let's just let you in on what happened in the early hours of today at the light heavyweight division. Artur Beterbiev claimed a majority decision win against Dmitry Bivol to win the undisputed light heavyweight championship. It was a contest at the highest level to crown the first undisputed light heavyweight championship of the 4-belt era and the first since Roy Jones in 1999. One that was ultimately decided in Beterbiev's favor by majority decision. Coming into the fight, Bivol had looked near enough flawless, sporting a previously spotless professional record that includes beating Mexican superstar Canelo Alvarez and reigning as WBA champion since 2017. Let's take this call. Hi, good afternoon.
Hello, yeah.
Yes, please. Good afternoon. Tony Houseful?
Yeah, Tony Houseful.
Okay, go ahead.
How are you doing?
We're doing good. How are you?
I'm fine, so I'm okay.
Okay.
Yes, Lance, the heavyweight category has lost its flavor. Honestly, yes, if you look down, I don't want to go back to the era of Muhammad Ali, George Foreman, and all the rest. But when you come to the 1999, it's the undisputed, this in heavyweight, there's the Jamaican, born this in Arizona. So there has never been a fight like that. It was only recently we had the Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk, who just came from. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes, who just came from the cruiserweight and dominated this. It was a really. I mean, the guy was a phenomenon. Anyway, coming from the cruiserweight. I think one of you said actually the cruiserweight. Yes, he did everything. He dominated overpowered the cruiserweight and going to the and made a very great statement. So we want to see more fights like that, but it has not been. The place has been empty. Empty. There's the one that used to be. A source in the it's almost gone. When you talk about the artificial brother, it's also not there. Yes, when you talk about there we need a fight like that, a fight that attract big victories, attract people, boxing lovers. But we're not seeing it. So we just wish that Tyson Fury, what you call Alexander Usyk will be that kind of fight we're looking for. But it's like what we are supposed to see is a fight between Alexander Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, which has been a talk of the boxing lovers, the league of boxing lovers. But wow, let's look at how it is going to be on the 21st of December, 2024. So that is my take.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. So he agrees that the heavyweight division is gradually losing its torch. What about you? What do you think? Let's know. 0817 951 951. So as I did mention, Arthur Betabev is now the light heavyweight undisputed champion of the world after claiming a majority decision win against Dimitri Bivol. Good afternoon, welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon. I don't know whether it's Sassas. Am I correct?
This is Reliance, the very cheap.
Reliance. And the guys in the studio. Good afternoon.
Yes, please.
Yeah, this is Oleka calling you from Modemania.
Okay, is it Neka?
Oleka, O-L-E-K-A.
Oleka, okay. Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead.
Okay, yes, I'm agree that the heavyweight is losing his destiny. But look at it in this way. It's not even only the boxing, even both the football and otherwise. They now have that raw talent like this these days. All is happening these days is all about money. And you know that when you compare the Mark Tyson and these current guys, these guys make money more than those guys then. So I believe that the heavyweight is no longer those days we make Mark Tyson, those raw fighters, George Foreman, they are no longer there. This one, when we are looking at the CCC fight now, you can't even happy because those days we see raw fight, see boss, people with boss do this, we see fight. So it's no longer like that. And in terms of Formula One, please, I want to beg the guy. What is his name?
Max Verstappen?
No, not Max. The other guy.
Lando Norris.
So Lando Norris, you calm down. This is not his son. So my guy.
This I don't. Not turn by turn.
His son by turn. It's not. It's not his own turn. You should wait. I'm trying, and I know he's doing well.
Let me Nigeria politics. They play for this.
Everywhere politics.
Where person go come and come say Miloko.
Politics there everywhere. You should wait. He's trying. I know.
Okay.
Max waited for his turn. He said this guy, this guy, take over now. So
okay.
You should wait for his time. We are winning the team for 7 times before he's come up. Thank you very much, my good guy. You're doing a wonderful job.
Thank you. We appreciate you for being there to listen and also to join us via the phone lines. Did I just hear him say that Max is going to win 7 times before Lando comes up?
Yeah.
That's what he said?
That's what I said.
Okay, let me hey, interesting.
Yeah,
good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon to you. This is Today Sports Live. Okay, all right. That was a test run. That sounded like a test run. So you just wanted to test if the line is working, if we can pick your call, and if you can hear our voice via your phone, apart from your radio. So we appreciate the test run. The test run has been concluded successfully. So you can now call and talk to us, okay? You can now call in and talk to us after the test run. 0817 951 0810 Phone numbers to call to be part of the conversation. Formula One, boxing, talking point in those two sports before we now look at tennis. Because on Thursday, someone announced retirement from professional tennis, and the person is Rafael, the muscle man from Mallorca, Nadal. He said he will retire from tennis after the Davis Cup finals in November, ending a career which brought 22 Grand Slam titles, global respects, and inspired epic, iconic rivalries with Roger Federer and Novak Djokovic. I recall the night that Undertaker, don't take WWE serious, by the way. I recall the night that so that will not be misunderstood. You can take it serious, all right? From whatever angle you're looking at, but from the angle of a proper competition, don't take it serious. I recall the night that Undertaker retired after he was defeated by was it Brock Lesnar? The last WrestleMania fight. I recall that night. Let me take this call first. Good afternoon.
good afternoon, Sports Crew.
Yes, please. What's your name?
My name is Selawes from Port Harcourt, please.
Selawes. Okay. Selawes, are you the one that did that test call?
I'm bigger than that.
Selawes, you're not bigger than experiments. You can try to want to do don't you do experiments? Research and experiments.
No, when we click go, don't waste our credit.
All right, Selawes, talk to us. Good afternoon. Talk to us.
Well, these days boxing has lost its level, just like someone said. They don't break their jaw again. You know, when we watch Muhammad Ali fight George Foreman, fight Leo Spin, you know, that baby said the other Spin. Is it Leo Spin or the other Spin? You know,
Come again.
There's a guy you mentioned the name Leonard Spin. I think it's Leo Spin.
Leo Spink. Yeah, Leo Spink.
Yeah. And when he was, that guy came from the cruiserweight.
Oops. Do well to call back. So the name is Leon Spinks, actually. Leon Spinks, yeah. Do well to call back if you can. Selawes. So I recall that night when he lost at WrestleMania, Undertaker and I think it was Brock Lesnar, yeah? My memory serves me right. And then he took a walk to the exit, which of course is also the entrance into the main bowl of the ring, of the wrestling fight. Then when he got there, he stood. Okay, I think we have a caller. Let me take this call first. Good afternoon.
Yeah, afternoon.
Yes, please. What's your name?
This is Oshari calling from Port Harcourt.
Oshari, okay.
Yeah, I want to put mouth for this boxing, about the boxing today.
Put mouth, my brother, put mouth.
Yeah, my brother, in those days, if the guy saw it, that man is Leo Spinks, that fought Ali.
Yeah, Leon Spinks. Yeah, Leon Spinks.
Yeah. Leo Spinks come from cruiserweight. Even Muhammad Ali is the greatest come from cruiserweight. In those, like people like Nenos Lewis of the Holyfield and like Tyson, we don't used to see those type of people again. The man that I call Jote Wilder is the only man that wanted to replicate it, but on the way I don't know what happened. Like Joshua, that boy Daniel Dubois is a very strong boxer, but nobody noticed that guy. He's a very strong boxer. He's the only man that fit to be a heavyweight. After this, I'm not a fan of Usyk anyway, because his fight it doesn't mean much to me, because he fight in a heavyweight fight. I need knockout, heavy blow. That's what I want in heavyweight. I was seeing that type of fight in Usyk. So though the heavyweight is declining, but as far as boxing is concerned, I think it will pick up again.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Boxing is gonna pick up again. That's as far as boxing is concerned. The heavyweight is gonna pick up again. So he says, Oshari, thank you very much. So it was 20-0 when he came Undertaker at WrestleMania, and then faced Brock Lesnar. That was 2014. That was WrestleMania 30, and WrestleMania 1 that night. And I know I'm gonna complete this my story. Good afternoon.
Yeah, sorry, the network knocked me off.
Okay.
You know, when there's a small lighter in the network start behaving like chickens.
True.
I want to slow down.
True. Go ahead.
So as I was saying, those days, boxers used to break their fellow guy's jaw, When you boxing, and when you come out, your jaw will be broken, your eye will be swollen. They will bust your eye, you start seeing blood. That is boxing. And people who pay to watch those boxes, they will go home very happy for guys beating themselves silly, For you to earn such dollars, you need to beat yourself silly, break your jaws, You can see Muhammad Ali after his retirement, you can see the kind of thing he suffered. Because of boxing. But these days, they don't go there and they Nobody gets their face. Those days, you don't dodge. You cannot dodge 3 blows at a time without receiving very hot knock on your jaw or your eyes. You know, that kind of a thing. Yes. But this is the way they watch boxing. You think they are doing WrestleMania, you know. You think they are joking there. You know, they'll be waiting for somebody to come and box them. They'll be, no, those days they run around the ring, they chase you and they beat you, box you. You know, when you watch boxing, you know, people will be shouting, oh, you know, these days. You don't watch boxing, they're very clumsy, you know. So I think it will be very hard for people to go into the ring and beat. We've not seen it recently. For people to go into, especially in the heavyweight, get into the ring, beat yourself. In fact, when you come out, 2 of you will just fall down. They will rush you out of the ring. That's the kind of boxing we want to see. You know, so these days, you know, I don't watch boxing again, you know. I just, what's the result? I just hear the result and here I go, you know. I don't watch, you know, because it's no more interested, you know. No, nobody. Only Tyson.
That's in Fury.
People can get somebody that will get up to his height that can. But our brother here, I don't think he can give us that kind of bite, you know. So we are yet to see boxers that can get into the ring anyway to beat themselves very well. In fact, after the 12 and 2 of them fall down, we've seen it in boxing. 2 of them will fall down in the ring and they will rush them out. Though the winner will be there, but they cannot come out standing. So where the belt, in fact, some of them is under the floor that they will go and put the belt on, on their waist.
Wow.
After, that's the kind of boxing we want to see. Not all those clumsy, touch me and touch you. You know, you fall down and you get up. So they boxing that, if you receive a knock, it will take up to 10 or 9. In fact, before they will count the 9 before he gets up. But this is when they receive blow. You see, after 5 counts, they get up. That is not boxing.
All right.
So get beaten. They take you for the body. You receive beating. Get knocked down. Your jaw. Break your jaw. You go for surgery. That's the kind of boxing.
All right.
Yes, my guy. It's boxing.
All right.
That's our money, you know. Thank you.
All right, Solowers. Thank you very much. So there's no more fierce competition at the heavyweight division. Thoughts of Solowers right there. All right, thank you. Keep the reactions coming through. Still taking them. 0817-0000951. 0810-951-0954. So I'm going to go back to my story. Hopefully I'm allowed to complete it this time. But it's your microphone at this point. Don't mind me. You can interrupt the story at any point in time. So that night, Undertaker stepped out normally with his bong everywhere, quiet. You know, he came. Brock Lesnar, came. I mean, for many of us, it's WrestleMania. It should be renamed Undertaker Mania because before then, it has not been defeated in WrestleMania. So they both stepped. The fight started. They fought. They wrestled. At that point, when Brock Lesnar had that pinfall on Undertaker, the referee 1, 2, 3, and Undertaker did not resurrect as he normally do. It was like everywhere quiet. The house I was watching, everywhere was cold. In fact, I could sense it. Monday Night Raw, we used to watch it very early morning Tuesday, this side. I could sense that the world was cold that night. There was silence. If you come outside and drop a pin that night, you could hear the sound. Like, the shock was unimaginable. Even inside the, what do we call it now? The venue, the WWE Universe, all cold. It was just dark light everywhere. In fact, it was Brock Lesnar who won, but it was like Undertaker who won because spotlight was on Undertaker. Everywhere quiet that night. And then after so much touches, Undertaker managed to stand up, stood, and then the universe rose on their feet. Applause, clap. They all clapped for Undertaker. Although that was not the first time in WWE. Asia. When there's one that Shawn Michaels was the referee. You know, Shawn Michaels used to partner Undertaker as a tag team partner at some point. Shawn Michaels was the referee. Undertaker was the opponent was Triple H. In fact, that was the night I thought Undertaker would be given his first WrestleMania defeat. But Undertaker survived everything. You know, Triple H is very aggressive. He survived everything. In fact, that guy like chaos. When he became the CEO of WWE, Triple H caused wahala. He caused problems. Okay, the one that say, "Oh God, he be show, now he be the fighter. You know they fight again now." So he like chaos, and he will inflict that same chaos on you if you are fighting against him in such a big match. I thought it was going to be defeated that night, but it didn't happen. He survived Triple H, and I was even thinking Shawn Michaels will act drama. But Shawn Michaels did not act drama that night, because Shawn Michaels also used to partner Triple H as a tag team partner, very strong one at that. So there was that connection between the three. But in the end, it was Brock Lesnar. So the WWE Universe clapped. He clapped for Undertaker till he left the ring slowly to the exit and stood there, raised his one hand up. It was like light out. It was the talk of town. That felt like he had retired. Although he later came back. It felt like he was going to retire. But that was in 2014. He later came back. The next WrestleMania, fought against Bray Wyatt, fought against Shane McMahon. Those were, easy fight. Then Roman Reigns gave him another defeat in 2017. Won John Cena, and then ended everything against AJ Styles in 2020. So it was like he retired that night, and the emotions could be felt everywhere. Like, oh, more Undertaker, finally. The reason I'm sharing this story is because of Rafael Nadal's retirement. Somebody called in and mentioned that, looks like it's not just the heavyweight division in boxing. Look like some other sports are equally losing that touch. So I'm beginning to wonder. Rafael Nadal has retired. We're going to talk about, his record. When you talk about Rafael Nadal, you're talking about the clear cut. Who right now in sport, generally, including football, that will retire and the world will go cold like that? That night that Undertaker lost his first WrestleMania fight, guys.
Messi and Ronaldo. I think it's already there, but they have not been able to call it quit yet. I think in football, if these two are gone, like we had in Iniesta last week, and we are like, why? He's finally gone. We're not going to see him in the in the field anymore. Then now, these two are still playing, but Messi and Ronaldo are still heading, they're still scoring goals. When we finally hear that they are going to retire, that they don't hang put, I think it's going to be a very cold moment for football fans all over the world, because we won't see that magic of Ronaldo and Messi anymore. We won't banter again. That banter between Ronaldo and Messi will end.
He go still there.
He go there, but no go there as
not active banter
as
now,
active as it used to be before. So it will be like these two are retired. Let's talk about the new gen. The new gen are not giving us what we should be talking about. The new gen like Haaland, Palmer, they're not the same first rivalry of Ronaldo and Messi. Everybody on the if Messi win, Messi fans go to bull Ronaldo fans go to. So that's, will I say, that feeling will no longer be there again, as two greats are gone. There's no other, there's no comparison between two people anymore again.
All right, Chooks.
I think I'll go for Ronaldo and Messi. That's the little names that actually retire, and the world of sports we actually come to a code. I would have loved to mention Lewis Hamilton, but the man didn't retire when he should. That would have made.
No, he should have even retired before now.
Yeah, since I think he might have retired
when there is surpassing the number 7.
That was the drive, but since the drive was not working, so we could have called it a day. Then the next person that will actually, I think LeBron James would do that. It's not been the world of sport. I think it would just be the world of basketball. They might have that. If he actually wins a ring again or a championship with his son LeBron this year, I think if he retires this year, that NBA championship, the world will go cold for him.
Okay, Benjamin, are you crying?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Do you need my handkerchief?
No.
Okay.
The day Congo retire.
William Tricycle.
Yes.
Why are you guys laughing?
The day Congo retire.
Nigeria go cold or the world go cold?
Nigeria.
And they're gonna say we no get defense for Super Eagles.
They thought we the worry.
Everybody not talking on me, I talk my own. No. But I think Messi and Ronaldo holds the biggest right now. In terms of all the sports, there's a thread hanging, and that thread is Ronaldo and Messi. You look at the Ballon d'Or nominees these days and you wonder, is this really who thought that this set of players, this set of average players would now be nominated as Ballon d'Or winners, or Ballon d'Or contenders rather. Most are, they're average compared to those that have won the Ballon d'Or. Even some great players didn't win the Ballon d'Or. 2010, Wesley Schneider was very instrumental, but he didn't win it. And now you look at the likes of Jude Bellingham, and what was his name, Ademola Lookman. You look at Vinicius Junior being nominated for the Ballon d'Or. It's, I've seen lots of people retire and I didn't feel bad.
When Serena Williams said she didn't retire, she said she evolved away.
You see, as a sportsman or as someone doing what you love, that word retirement
is scary.
It's very scary. You ask yourself, what will I be doing after I've retired? I've just sit at home doing one thing. I can't do what I love anymore professionally. It's very, very painful. And, most people don't. Ronaldo and Messi don't want to get that thought into their head. That's why you can see Messi retire till they come back tomorrow. They cannot imagine not doing what they love doing. That's how it is. Rafael Nadal retired recently.
Coordinate exhibition for them.
That is why Ronaldinho can still go to exhibition match and wants to do this. Even when he went to prison, he was still playing because they love what they are doing. Rafael Nadal retired recently, and people were crying. One has dropped. It's remaining one. And that one, I just smooth regular. Today they don't do on one hand. They don't do any.
Yannick Sinner.
They don't do on that. Yannick Sinner, you need to hear something. Tell them every time they do Woodman something. Man, no worry. In time go soon, go so retire. So you look at people like this, it's very painful to retire. Messi and Ronaldo, when they retire, there's some point to go watch ball again. No?
All right, guys. Messi, Lionel Messi, Argentina, Cristiano Ronaldo, Portugal. It's very likely they're not going to retire the same day.
Yeah.
So, which of them will have the highest amount of effect in putting the world to a standstill when they leave the sports?
I think it's going to be Messi. Because there's a flair that guy have that is going to be missing in football.
Okay.
Like one magician in the field that when he's with the ball, most defenders get scared. I remember the game between Chelsea and Barcelona. Courtois is always scared of Messi. Anytime it's one-on-one with Messi, he's always scared of Messi. Most players are always scared of Messi because the guy is always dazzling. Dilly-dally. It's one thing that you can do that.
But there was a point in time that Messi was afraid of Chelsea.
Yes, it was a point in time to like that. But when you call the name Messi, like I said before in the studio, Ferguson underrated Messi. So the time we were playing Champions League match, is it Champions League or something? He asked him, Messi, I used to Messi said no that his team can be able to do it, but when it gets to the match, he's also shaking. That's the kind of power Messi have in the pitch. Even Argentina, when he's there, his presence is felt. So imagine when Argentina announced that, or Messi announced that I'm leaving international duty, I'm also leaving football as a whole. Argentina will miss him because that midfield will no longer be as special as it used to be. We miss Maradona a lot. Why? Because when he was in the pitch, we saw what he can bring to us. Pele too, the goals he score, we miss him a lot because of that. So when Messi is leaving this terrain, the whole world will go cold. Because Benjamin has said,
when Ronaldo leaves.
Yes, because Benjamin. No, I will not put it in that way. But yes, I think,
but that's the question.
I think yes, it's going to be. It's going to be more. It's going to be more.
Okay.
What we want to ask is scoring goals, not as Messi. Messi is the kind of person that when he's with the ball, he can do magic with the ball like Ronaldo does. He can be able to dribble 2 or 3 players or 4 players. But Ronaldo is, give me the ball, let me just do what I can do and score goals. Maybe a leg over, 3 leg overs and score goals. He's known as height, goals and all this thing. But Messi is known as, if you give me the ball, I'll create chances for myself. I'll be able to dribble 3 or 4 players, give assists and score goals too.
Okay. Chokes.
See, I will say something. If you want to talk about Messi, leave Ronaldo alone. And so talk about Ronaldo. So trying to water down what Ronaldo has done. First of all, Ronaldo has about over 200 and something assists. He creates for people. Ronaldo, he says ordinary leg over. Wahala. Ronaldo does a leg over that actually shoots people.
Are you trying to counter Nelson?
Yeah, I'm actually countering Messi. I also give my own point. I'm going to be in England. I remember that match. Is it against Arsenal? I'm trying to go back to it. That's the days of Ronaldo in England.
Going back to England.
Yes, I was in England spiritually. So I look at Ronaldo is a fierce factor. Like I said, see, I don't want to. Any day both of them retires. Any day, I will be lovely. Both of them retire the same day. Safe, more rest. See, no. See, as I think the drive will make Ronaldo last longer. Ronaldo, I think it will last longer.
So you think
Messi might
will retire earlier?
Yeah, I think Ronaldo will drive. That drive will make him to stay, because see, there's something he's actually fighting for, the World Cup. Ronaldo wants to win the World Cup, but he might not get it. They are not like they have unlucky sportsmen a lot. And you talk about the LeBron James.
Sports have not been fair to them.
I'm telling you, LeBron James will go to even Serena Williams. Now you're having the Lewis Hamilton, and now there's somebody else in football, which is Ronaldo. Yeah, it's sprinkle of, but sometimes you look at these guys and say, okay, even though they have not done the climax of everything they have done, but see, whatever they have done or they have achieved, the little aspect of what they have been able to achieve, they deserve that honor. So any day Ronaldo desires to retire, the world will bow for him.
Okay.
Both Messi fans will bow for him. Because see, they see, there's something, when you acknowledge the fact that we had the rival with someone that you love, that mindset will actually come in your head. There's no way you see a Messi fan and any day you must mention that Ronaldo, that's the fear factor. That's the rivalry. And so you come to Formula 1, Max Verstappen's fan will now come up and say, this was Vettel and Hamilton before. Well, Vettel just evolved the way, and we have the new king in Hamilton. You go to tennis, it was Novak Djokovic, Federer and Rafa, and now the two are gone, and we have Novak Djokovic. That's the mindset that will keep coming in. But see, that's football world. Any day both of them retires, but which I have said Messi might likely retire before Ronaldo, because I think the man has actually accomplished everything in the world of sport. There's nothing left to play for. World of football, sorry.
Unless you want me to go play tennis.
Unless you go play golf.
Play golf.
So, apart from these two guys have done a lot, and so the prayers for me. I don't know. I just wish
there's a likelihood that both of them are not going to retire. That's
yes, most likely
together.
They won't retire together.
The same day.
So, like I said, the effect will be the same.
Effect will be the same.
I think the effect will be the same thing, because
so we will cry at the same level of magnitude when Messi retires. Come and cry at the same level of
magnitude. Yes, because you're missing 2 generational talents that lasted for about 2 decades.
All right, Benjamin.
Yeah,
they never retire yet. No cry.
I think Messi will retire first. That's how I feel, because you look at the achievement of the man. What else? I just commend their their commitment to the game and their hunger. Because come on, you've won almost everything and you keep playing football at the highest level. You know, it's something. But again, if they retire, the world will stand still. I tell you something.
For one than the other, or for both at the same level?
I think for the both, for what they've done for football.
For the both at the same level?
Yeah, it depends. UEFA would celebrate them. FIFA will celebrate
Everybody will celebrate them. The world will celebrate them. Even people that watch movies, they don't watch football.
But I think
will celebrate them.
I think in Argentina, there's going to be holidays.
In Portugal, there's going to be holiday if Ronaldo retires.
Even that month for Portugal.
So we're looking at global impact.
I think you look at the both of them and I think they'll be celebrated because even the fans of Ronaldo will celebrate Messi. Even the fans of Messi will celebrate Ronaldo.
So you're still in the same
even
bracket.
Ronaldo himself will celebrate Messi. Messi will celebrate Ronaldo.
So you're in the same bracket as Chooks.
So I think
same impact,
same level playing ground, both of them.
All right. None of you is talking about Novak Djokovic if he retires. If he retires, the world is not going to go on a standstill.
But that man retire, men don't retire. Loneliness, we kill that man.
That's the problem. I'm having a discussion with Williams and Lewis Hamilton. You should have retired when you had the chance to.
No, I think for what's his name?
Djokovic.
Novak. Rafa retiring now. Many people, tennis experts have said, see,
go and retire. Now
this man is retiring not because he's tired of playing tennis, but because of his physical nature.
So now we force him.
For Novak, I think Novak still feels you're the one playing the tennis. If you feel you can still go on and do your thing, please go on. The man is getting to finals.
Have you heard the saying that the spirit is eager
to play,
but the flesh is weak?
Now, how do you know you are actually in top shape? If Novak plays 10 tournaments, he gets to 5 or 6 finals. He shows he's in good state. Yes.
First of all, do you know that sometimes experience play more than the how your body carries you?
True.
Experience.
You know how Ronaldo position himself. Ronaldo cannot even run more than you look at Haaland. But the man can score goals more than Haaland.
That's what we are saying.
That's mentality because the experience counts a lot.
Yes, experience is part of it, but your body would want you. See, one thing is understanding your body, understanding the fact that when you're aging, Ronaldo changed his game when he's aging. Before he dwells mostly on pace, power,
and skills,
and a bit of skill.
Yeah.
But right now, the man has known that he's
aging.
What he does is positional play.
And give me shots.
That's how it is. So you listen to your body the way they play. Before Messi does the dazzling running. Now you watch MLS game.
It's not good.
Messi go waka.
In the stroll for
as in the stroll. In the look everything they happen. If you give him ball, he go to that place in the play fine Arutu. You don't enter, you don't feel match, don't close. So you listen to your body. That's what Novak does. Novak does not.
Tennis is not the same with football. It's the same.
I expect Rafa to last more than this.
Now you look at what Novak does in tournaments like this ATP tour. What actually brought him to the finals is the fact that the man ended the game very early. He knows that if he take it down the wire, if he gets strength pass him because young pass him, he wants to kill the game as early as possible. And that is what today's final, that is what Sinner did. Sinner did not want Novak to stretch the game. He dealt with him faster and fast, game don't finish. So the way you're aging, you look at your body, you look at your physical condition, and you know how to position your body to fit in your age. That's what Novak is doing. And as long as he's getting to the final, see, if Novak plays 5 games, 5 tournaments, ATP tours, and did not get to, let's say, the quarterfinals, he will consider retirement. But as long as he's getting to the finals, he will still think that I can do it. See, that man is not looking for plenty. He's looking for at least 2 Grand Slams. As long as he's getting to the finals, the man he will still have that belief.
I think he should need 1.
No, he wants to top that.
What if they find 2 for? Is that not being Oliver Twist?
It happen.
Because if you have 1, he has equaled Margaret Court.
Yes.
You've surpassed Margaret Court. If you have 1 to make it 25,
at least have that extra cushion.
For who?
Oh, but
The fear of who?
people they come.
Who be the people?
Now so that time they tell you nobody before you know.
I know.
Maradona nobody go come.
Wait,
Nobody go
wait,
come.
wait.
Messi game, yeah,
see,
true.
the truth is this type of people comes once in a blue moon, and if they come, that record they will look see nobody will
people
visit.
really
They go
come.
dust and put like 4 put on top. So the next man when they come go suffer. If I go do, Ronaldo is suffer to beat Pele 1,000 goals, and from the way Ronaldo is going.
By the way, Pele's 1,000 goals.
It's not official.
Not official. Not official. Like I said, if they count split,
But see,
they play Rumosi come and score goals. They count them.
Again, what you look at this thing, it boils down to tuning your body to that level that I'm aging. I should start managing my game and doing
Okay.
it well. That's
All
how
right.
it is.
All right. You want to say something? I want to go to the phone lines.
for me, I think I didn't expect Fernando to retire now. Seriously, I expected him to at least stay more 2 years. No. No, see.
I wanted to say something, but let me not say.
The reason why I say this is because Djokovic is still there. Many people enjoy tennis.
Pressure.
Many people enjoy tennis because of these two people.
I beg go.
I know that life is one thing that you should consider or health factor you should consider, but Djokovic is still there. Why don't you stay at least more longer to challenge the likes of Djokovic? Because
Until
most people know what tennis again.
Until you can wheelchair. Now I'm going to play wheelchair tennis.
He was soon going to represent Spain for
Para
tennis Olympics. Amputee.
Now that one. I feel like you don't like that guy and he family. Injury has not been helping.
Tell him and Demore to keep on playing.
Wait, even that was it. There's a point that the world of tennis begged him to retire. He retired before, came back, they were still begging him. Ibal.
See, relax.
Anytime.
The truth is, the next person that will have this injury issue is Carlos Alcaraz.
Because of the aggression and
The
the energy.
aggression and the energy.
And that's
much.
where
That
Roger
is
Federer has
why.
an edge here.
That is why the man wants to win lots before he gets to that point, so that when he wants to retire, he will not.
But then it's
He not will pin him. See why people they had to retire. You see, they are eyeing records. Either they want to break a record, they want to set a record. That is why it's difficult to retire.
All right. So, by the way, before we leave tennis, world number one Yannick Sinner produced a dominating display against Novak Djokovic in the Rolex Shanghai Masters final to lift his 7th title of 2024. The Italian was in red-hot form as he surged to a 7-6, 6-3 triumph against the 24th-time Grand Slam champion to become the first man to win more than 6 titles in a calendar year since 2016 when Andy Murray won 9. Yannick Sinner is going into record books. He has won 7 titles this year, Yannick Sinner, and that's what a way to cap up the season. Well, the season is not yet done. There's still the ATP finals coming up. You know, I think that should be in November after the Davis Cup. There's going to be the ATP finals coming up before the calendar season is done. So yeah, Novak was looking for his 100th title, but he's not going to be getting it. At least not this season. Okay, maybe not this competition. Let me put it like that. But he couldn't get it. Yannick Sinner. Maybe another sign that he should quit or he should stay. Because Yannick Sinner. But again, you guys must admit that there's been that rivalry between Yannick Sinner and Novak of late. Yes. Good. So that's that. So let's go to the phone lines now. Which sports icon right now? We are looking at other sports that you think will give us an Undertaker night in 2014. When he was first defeated by Brock Lesnar in WrestleMania. If you think it's between Ronaldo and Messi, I'm asking which one in particular. Let's take some calls, and then Benjamin will come here and take us through footballing discussion. Okay, lost that call. Do want to call back 0817-00-00951. And I forgot to add, what memory of Rafael Nadal would you always remember? The muscle man. What is one thing in tennis that if mentioned, the name Rafael Nadal will spring up in your head? Good afternoon.
Yeah, so let's call back.
Okay, so let's go ahead. Yannick Sina, yes, I think he's the one. Tested positive.
If you don't break record, it does not entice.
But it was set free. I think they looked at considerations. I think they decided to appeal that case to CAS, the Court of Arbitration for Sport. It was two rulings that went in his favor.
That is politics, you know. That is politics. He has tested positive, so it does not entice me. That would dent his record. You see, like what you are talking about, no man is indispensable. You understand? What you do? Hello, are you there?
We can hear you.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. What you do when you come, you do your bit and you go. But what I want to say about sports is how you impacted the fans. You know, the audience. It's not the number of records you break. Like Djokovic. You know, when you look at that.
Stella West. Hello. Hello, Wes, can you hear us? Okay, we lost connection. Do what to call back, okay? Looks like line 2 is just about the only one. I don't know. Is it raining outside? 0817 0000951 0810 9510951. Anytime it rains, always issues with the network. Well, let's try and see how many we can squeeze in before Benjamin comes up to take us through footballing discussions proper. Which of these sporting icon? It could be tennis. Novak Djokovic is still there. It could be anybody. It could be golf. You know, it could be anywhere. Good afternoon.
Hello guys. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
My name is Michael, calling from Port Harcourt.
Okay, Michael, talk to us.
All right. I think that will have to be with Ronaldo because no disrespect to Messi, Lionel Messi, but I think Ronaldo, because if you look at the records that Ronaldo have broken or set, and even when it comes to being the most followed person, I think Ronaldo will be the people will cry the day Ronaldo will retire. I'm telling you this. It has to be Ronaldo. Yeah.
Okay.
It has to be Ronaldo. He's the most followed person on any social media.
Yeah.
So I think that, no disrespect to Messi.
That's most followed sports person.
Yeah, most followed sports person. Not just sports person. I think he's the most followed person after Instagram. I think on social media.
Okay, a combination of all the social media platform he is.
Yes.
Because I know there are people that have more followers than him in X, on X rather. But on Instagram, I think he's the most followed on Instagram.
He's the most followed person. So I think I will give that to Ronaldo. But
all right.
Messi as well, yeah. Like you guys have said already. I think the two of them, but to me in particular, Messi. The day Ronaldo will retire, I think even now that he's not playing in
mainstream Europe,
the football doesn't seem the same anymore. Like when he left La Liga, many people don't watch El Clasico anymore. When he went to Juventus, he took more fans, like a lot of fans to Juventus, to Serie A. And then you see him going to Saudi Arabia. You see everybody is just heading to that direction. So I believe it has to be Ronaldo.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. I think line 1 is now alive. Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, please.
Reliance.
Yes, please.
Reliance and Co. Good afternoon.
Yeah, this sounds like the Big John.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Big John?
I am Amos.
Okay, Amos.
Legend.
Okay. Talk to us.
Hello.
Go ahead, Amos. We can hear you. Unfortunately, you couldn't hear us, but we could hear you. We could hear you, Amos. Unfortunately, you couldn't hear us, but we did hear you. Good afternoon, the classic gentleman in the studio. Reliance, how many fights do one have to fight before being paid? Well, if it's only once or more, I would rather go for the beating and collect the money than retire sharp before the next. Then retire sharp before they fix another beating from you. I tell you, Josephine. Josephine, once you turn a professional boxer,
There's no going back.
there is no. There's a going back. Why don't we go back? One block road. Once you turn a professional boxer, you just get paid. You secure one of these big fights. And like this, I just need to become a professional boxer. I can call out Anthony Joshua or call out Tyson Fury, any of them. So once you turn a pro, you get paid. Even amateur boxers are getting paid. You know, they are getting paid. So it's a matter of what your promoters can come up with, can secure, the opening they can secure for you, and how they can market the fight. That also decides the pockets that you're going home with. So, yeah, you have the choice. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Relax. It's me,
Amos. Okay, talk to us.
Yes, Barcelona legend. Well, you were talking about Rafael Nadal's retirement, that if any other active player retires, to what impact compared to what Nadal's retirement impact. Well, a lot of sports persons will be able to replicate same. But as per whether Ronaldo retiring, Messi retiring, of the same effect, to me, if Messi retires, it should be of greater effect.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah.
You know, see, I keep telling you people should stop comparing Ronaldo to Messi. Messi is far ahead of him.
Okay.
It's not about banter. Let Ronaldo go and win the World Cup.
Okay.
Well,
make you hold on now. Amos, Barcelona legend. It will be very surprising. In fact, I will leave this studio and go to my house, buy a bottle of drink, sit down and drink. That's how surprising it's going to be if a Barcelona legend thinks that Ronaldo is higher than Messi. So it's going to be very surprising. Hold on. Thank you. Gentlemen, hold on. So it's going to be that surprising. Now, the point I'm making here is, don't take us to that aspect, because where you go now, I mean, going World Cup. He will carry us come up where we did. We are now looking at. Look, we are talking about retirement. We are now talking about retirement and the effect as Rafael Nadal has called
Ronaldo
it.
fans should not compare him to Messi. Messi is a World Cup winner. It's 8-time Ballon d'Or winner.
All right.
You understand?
Okay.
It's an 8-time Ballon d'Or winner.
Okay.
All right. So Ronaldo should replicate that before they should compare him.
Okay. That has nothing to do with the retirement impact. Thank you very much. Maybe relatively it has something, but on a grander scale, on the subject of the conversation, not so much, you know. Now only one World Cup Messi win. Person they don't win World Cup 3 times, 3 World Cups. So so Benjamin Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Reliance.
Yes.
So I'm calling back. This is Michael calling back.
Okay, Michael.
Yes, Mr. Amos said that Messi is far better than Ronaldo.
Okay, we're not going there. No, we are not going there. Michael, we are not going there. But I'll leave you the floor. I'll give you the floor.
I just want to make a point.
Okay.
All right. See, if one person cannot win the World Cup, all right. If you look at the Argentina team and you look at Portugal's team, one person, if it was just Lionel Messi, he wouldn't have won the World Cup. No doubt, two of them are great. When I make my point, I don't know where he's heading to, but when I was trying to make my point, I was like, no disrespect to Lionel Messi. He's a great player. In fact, I love Messi. I'm not even a Barcelona fan or Real Madrid fan. So I love Messi. I love both of them. But I was looking at the fan base. You understand? Like Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo has a larger fan base. Everybody knows that. He has more fans than Lionel Messi. So, to me, I'm not saying Messi is greater than Ronaldo or Ronaldo is greater than... Two of them are great. In fact, okay, look at Ronaldo is heading to 1,000 goals. Can Messi do that? I'm not sure if Messi will hit 1,000 goals. So, two of them are great. I'm not saying this one is better than this one. This one is fine. He won the World Cup. That's something special. But Cristiano Ronaldo won the Euros. So, two of them are doing well.
All right.
I was driving from the fan base.
Okay, all right. Your point is understood. Yeah.
Thank you.
Your point is understood. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. We are talking about the retirement, global impact of retirement of sport icon, not just between Ronaldo and Messi. Anyways, I had to ask between Ronaldo and Messi because the guys were limiting it to their two right now. But there are still other sport icon. There is LeBron James in basketball. There is Lewis Hamilton in Formula One. There is Novak Djokovic in tennis. You know, you go across this sport, there are men there who are, holding sway in terms of legendary performances. So but since the guys were limiting it to these two, I had to say, okay, these guys are not going to retire at the same day. Maybe it could be interesting to see them leave the sport at the same day. They feel just, but that's what it is. Benjamin takes over from here to continue the show. He's going to be taking your calls as well as we head into the footballing discussions proper.
It's still today's Sports Live, the marathon editions. My name is Benjamin Minawachuku. Well, as you all know, the show is meant to be interactive, and we can call us on 0817 0000951. The other line is 08109510 Our SMS and WhatsApp portal is 0701 933 9962. I take that again, 0701 933 9962. Yeah, let's take a look at what happened during the international break. So we were talking about who will have more impact when between Messi and Ronaldo when they retire. This came about when Rafael Nadal actually announced his retirement. That announced this week that he's going to be retiring by the end of the calendar year, of the season. So we are now asking you, which of these two football greats, talking about Ronaldo and Messi, who will have more impact when they call it quits in their respective clubs and countries? Talking about Argentina for Lionel Messi and Inter Miami of US, and then Portugal for Cristiano Ronaldo and Al Nassr at this point. So who would have more impact amongst the both of them when they retire? Now, let's take this call. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How shall I call back?
Okay, what's your name, please?
It's Oshari calling.
Oshari. Go on with your thoughts.
Okay, for about Ronaldo and Messi, both of them are great players. And they are very good. But for me, they will retire things from here because they are not more in Europe. So I don't see them playing. I can't see them playing again. So for my side, they have retired. But for football level, Messi not be here on the highest. So thank you.
So you think Messi would have more impact when he retires than Ronaldo?
Yes. I think so. Because that guy is something else in football.
Well,
that guy is born great with football. He's a great footballer.
Thank you very much for your opinion. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Please, can you turn down the volume of your listening device, please?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Good afternoon. What's your name, please?
My name is Rudy Kwame. I'm calling you from Mokoko.
Okay, go on.
To me, Ronaldo will make more impact. These are my things. Ronaldo has seen it all. Ronaldo started from Portugal, the younger Portugal, because he started England. He was Spain, Spain. Came back to England.
Hello? Hello? Your network is breaking, please. Can you call back? We can barely hear you, sir.
Oh.
Thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. I'm sorry if I call back.
Okay.
Like as I was saying before, the network company of no man is indispensable. If you want to say the impact people will feel, when the computer world, that means either one of the social network will record the number of people that will say, oh, we miss this guy. I think Ronaldo will be the person that when he retires, people will felt it because social media will be engulfing, talking about the man's, attributes and what he has contributed to the world of sports and football particularly. I think Ronaldo will be the guy that will be missed for now. For now, when you look at the crowd he put in social media, it's not that Ronaldo is the guy that pulled the highest number of fans. So I think he will be the guy that will be missed so much. But not that he's the highest guy that impacted in the world of sports. I'm just talking about your question. The person that people will feel, I think Ronaldo will be the guy. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your opinion there, Mr. Sele West. Okay, so at this point in time, we are going to be talking about Arsenal and what happened to their winger Bukayo Saka. Arsenal forward Bukayo Saka limped off with what appeared to be a hamstring problem during the week when England faced Greece at Wembley in the UEFA Nations League. Mikel Arteta, the Arsenal boss, will be sweating, and his side will face Liverpool in just over a fortnight. Saka went off and was replaced by Chelsea winger Noni Madueke just a few minutes after halftime. He was unable to run back to help the Three Lions defend when Benfica striker Vaglis Pavlidis gave his country a shock lead. He's been assessed, England boss Lee Castley said in his post-match conference. Obviously, in the build-up to the first goal, I think you could see he felt something in his legs. Arsenal travels to Bournemouth after the international break before a home Champions League fixture against Shakhtar Donetsk in its then host Liverpool at the Emirates Stadium in the Premier League. Now, let's look at Bukayo Saka's number last season and this season. Bukayo Saka scored a total of 16 goals in the Premier League last season, 4 goals in the Champions League. He has 16 goals and 9 assists last season in the Premier League. This season, he has scored a total number of 2 goals and 7 assists already. We should also have this in mind that Martin Odegaard isn't back to the Arsenal squad after he sustained that ankle injury in the international duty back in September 9th. Arsenal have managed to grind out results in the absence of Martin Odegaard, their captain. Now, news coming out from the Emirates that Martin Odegaard is expected to be back by November this year. And the question I have for you today is, how important is Bukayo Saka to Arsenal and their chances of winning a silverware this season? Nelson.
For me, I think Arsenal is going to have a kind of blow in their season because Saka is one of the main man, no doubt. Odegaard is out, Saka is out. There's no winger to replace Saka in that wing. Okay, you had Reece Nelson, but now you sold him to Fulham on loan. You had Smith Rowe, but you sold him to Fulham too. And now you don't have someone that can replace Saka in that wing. Like I was saying before, when we were talking like this in the studio last season, we were saying who's going to replace what Arsenal is going to the market to buy is not going to look for a striker. It's a replacement for Bukayo Saka, and this will now call for adjustment from the Arsenal team. What can they bring to the table now that Saka is gone? You said it yourself: 2 goals, 7 assists from Saka, and who is going to be that go-to man to help there when all is dry? Is it Havertz? Havertz that can never be able to kick a ball very well. Is it Thomas Partey? Partey that's not even one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. But for me,
I think I'm sorry. You look at Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz is Arsenal's leading goal scorer this season.
Who is the one giving the assist? You said 7 assists from Saka. If without Saka in that mix, who will be able to help Arsenal to give that assist or to be able to give that breaking point in the league? I think Saka is one of the main man. I think Arsenal is built around him, like the way Chelsea is built around Kopama. Arsenal is around Saka because Saka give assists, come into the game and score goals. Okay, you said Havertz is one player you can. Havertz is not a player you can count on when there's a tight game against maybe Man City or Liverpool. You're facing Bournemouth. Bournemouth is a threat. No Saka. Okay, you can pass that. But when you face Liverpool or you face Chaka your next, who will be your go-to man? Who will be a man that you can look up to when everything is dry on the pitch? That is Bukayo Saka. Him injured is going to affect us now in a different kind of way. I'm eager to see how Arteta is going to look at this Arsenal team now and assess it. When you don't have Smith Rowe, when you don't have Reece Nelson, who's going to be that winger that you can call up to say, I want to take the to of Arsenal for you. I want to be that Arsenal can replace this thing. When Chelsea were signing players, people would talk. People were saying, you can sign 40 players, 43 players. But now, Arsenal now don't get anybody to replace Saka.
Reliance, I'll come to you at this point in time. Do you think Arsenal can grind out results in the absence of Bukayo Saka as they've done in the absence of Martin Odegaard?
I think they can. Yes, Saka's impact at Arsenal cannot be overemphasized or underestimated at any point in time because, I mean, I pity the career of Bukayo Saka, honestly speaking. He might be forced to retire earlier. Season before last, Bukayo Saka played all Premier League matches for Arsenal, 38 matches for Arsenal. That season before last, he played 48 matches in total. That's how important the player is. Probably that's how Mikel Arteta looks at it. Then last season, he played a total of 35 Premier League matches. And in these 2 seasons, Arsenal have been very close to winning the Premier League title. Just 3 matches short last season, a total of 47 matches. Played all their Champions League matches. And then season before last, all their Europa League matches. So, is that important? But can they grind out results without him? Now, I think he had this. I think he had this in mind. It's just that I think Arteta is being stubborn. Of not wanting to bench Saka in some matches or start him from the bench in some matches. He's being stubborn at the same one. It can also be that he's being careful. He's a trusted man, your go-to man. Because look at it. It's Leandro Trossard. Yeah. He can come from the wing. These days you have Raheem Sterling that can play both sides of the wing.
Martinelli.
Then there's also Gabriel Martinelli.
Yeah.
So I think that was that foresight. Maybe not to replace Saka, these guys will sign to have options.
Thinking about it, there's a Gabriel Jesus that can play from the
wing as well. And for crying out loud, Gabriel Jesus. This is the beginning. I'm even trying. I'm asking myself, is Gabriel Jesus still Arsenal centre forward or is he winger? Because right now it's Kai Havertz that is playing from that false 9 position, and has been doing quite well. I mean, his goal contribution
has been massive. Yeah.
For Arsenal since the beginning towards the end of last season up until this season. He's still on that ride.
Yeah.
So people tend to forget that it's a Gabriel Jesus that came from Man City to be the lead striker of Arsenal because of Kai Havertz. So I'm thinking there was that foresight that something could happen to Bukayo Saka. Let's get Raheem Sterling to add to Leandro Trossard. I've already added. And then Trossard can equally play from the centre forward position. And also there's a Gabriel Martinelli. So if anything happens to Saka is out. If he cannot, there's also a Raheem Sterling that's going to come in and debutize. Raheem Sterling has more experience than Bukayo Saka, but he might not give you the level of performance in Arsenal. Note, in Arsenal, as Bukayo Saka will give. But can they grind out results with these guys? Yes. No matter how bad Martinelli tend to look to some persons, his impact is massive.
Yeah.
He gets the ball, say in front, he will catch, he will pursue him.
Yeah.
He will waste you. When I say waste you, I mean he will waste your strength because you need to race to catch him.
Yeah.
If not for anything, he takes you on that run, and that causes a lot of havoc. You know that when you have the ball, if he's able, although yes, he still needs to improve on his final thought, his finishing and all of that stuff, but he takes you on that run. Of course, past couple of matches has been impactful from that left side. So that adds to grinding out results. Raheem Sterling on the other side, let's say in the absence of Bukayo Saka, with the experience he comes, I mean, you're not going to tell me that there's going to be a possibility of an entire match being played and concluded, and then Raheem Sterling does not maybe have one or two dribbles or one or two take on or one or two passes into the box that will inform Kai Havertz to either score or something happens in the box or commit the defenders in the box that opens up for another person to score. And if Bukayo Saka's injury is lengthy than expected, Odegaard is going to come back in November.
Yeah.
So Odegaard comes in, Odegaard tries to cover up. You understand?
What then happens?
Try to create.
What then happens if that November before Odegaard comes in? Let's we are not hoping for that, but you look at this. Let's say Saka his injury takes him out until let's say December. What happens to what's his name? Odegaard comes in at that point in time. Do you think Arsenal have got that squad depth to actually go to toe with the title big boys contenders like Man City, Liverpool, and these days, Arsenal and Man City. Okay, it's between Arsenal, Man City, and Liverpool at this point in time. So, do you think Arsenal have got that squad depth, barring their starting 11? Do you think they've got that squad depth that can actually do the job?
Well, that means I'm going to have to look at the Arsenal setup from the defense, from the goalkeeping department to the defense to the midfield.
You've got Kivior, you've got Timber, you've got Calafiori, you've got Ben White, Saliba. No, they are starting 11. You are talking about the bench now. The bench, you've got Kivior. You've got Zinchenko is out injured. So it's Kivior on the bench. Tomiyasu is out injured. You look at the midfield right now. You've got Jorginho is there. No, Partey is a starter right these days. Yeah. So you look at the striking position. You've got Gabriel Jesus, Raheem Sterling. So you look at Arsenal bench. Apart from the starting 11, do you think Arsenal have got the squad depth to actually, when you're contesting for the Premier League title, squad depth is very, very important. So do you think Arsenal have got that squad depth to actually go toe-to-toe with Man City?
If you have Calafiori on your bench and he has shown promises of what he can add to the defense lineup, that's a plus. If you have on the attack, if you have Raheem Sterling on the bench, that's a plus. If you have let's say Odegaard comes back, then you're looking at Odegaard Rice partnership. Yeah. And then you have Thomas Partey on the bench. That's a plus.
Yeah.
If you have Raheem, what's his name?
Gabriel
Jesus on the bench.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a Premier League winner with City. That's a plus. Then some other guys that will come in. Some other, guys that are just there might start. Like some Neri, Luis Kelly.
But those players have not got Premier League experience.
They haven't. There's a Mikel Merino these days, nearly signed. So if we have these guys, midfield, Jorginho sometimes starts from the bench. That's a plus. So I think they have the squad. The only thing that Arsenal might be almost wary of this point is an out and out centre forward. Right now, Kai Havertz is doing the business.
Yeah.
But that's the only need I think Arsenal has, an out and out centre forward, because they do not have a bully. If Kai Havertz can deliver 20 goals this season, Arsenal wins the league. Although that also depends on what City will be doing, because Erling Haaland will definitely guarantee you 20 plus goals this season.
If not 35.
If not up to 30 this season. So Erling Haaland guarantees you that. So that also depends on, because I'm looking at Arsenal's defense and I'm also looking at Man City's defense. It feels that, at least going by what we saw between City and Arsenal, it feels like Arsenal will defend better.
Yeah, than City.
So Arsenal might concede less. City will concede more, for instance, and that can also cancel out goals.
Yeah.
Right. That might make Kai Havertz 20 goals more important than Erling Haaland's 30 goals because of number of goals conceded by both teams, in their analogy. So that can guarantee Arsenal the league title. So I think there is that squad depth in Arsenal to win the league. That's one. And of course, you've also seen how Mikel Arteta has been able to transform these guys and make them, great players. Yeah. And make them contenders in the past couple of seasons. Anybody that comes in fitting and is contending, Kivio, when was he signed? Tomiyasu, when was he signed? And all these guys. So they've been added to the team. All right, so it tells you that even the other guys that could be described as French players can come in and become very important. Take, for instance, in Pep Guardiola's Manchester City, look at the likes of what's his name?
Oscar Bob?
No. Sabino, a big boy didn't sign come
Oscar
now.
Bob?
Maybe the rest of Oscar Bob.
Yeah.
It turns him. It makes him. Look. He comes into that system and he fits in. It looks good.
Yeah.
So. It's a same system in Arsenal. Just that Arsenal own is a little bit, not so free flowing like that. They are not so all out like that, like that City kind of team, So, but it has that capacity to equally turn these guys and make them good because they come into the system and they fit in. Arteta is equally creating or has created a system in Arsenal, So I think they have now. If Odegaard returns, and then he is playing matches, what Saka does, he scores the goals, but he creates for other players to score. Odegaard comes in and it's also a plus for them. He's equally going to create. Let's say Saka stays up until December, he's equally going to create. You understand? So it definitely tells you that Arsenal can grind out results without Saka. They might not score plenty of goals, amount of goals, but that will also, Odegaard needs to come back definitely, but again they can grind out results without Saka. They can, at least now they've been able to solidify their defense line. Play serious whether it's serious or serious. So Kai Havertz put one, you don't end. Play they saying they put head for ground when in the run. Martinelli put one, you don't end. They seal it. You understand? So it might not be that fluid team because of the absence of maybe the one guy from the wing. But they get one or two goals, they lock up, and then they push on. What Rodri brings to City, Mateo Kovacic is giving a replica at the moment. Not as much as Rodri, but he's giving you. I mean, look at Rodri's 2 goals in the last match, in the match against Fulham. Those are Kovacic's 2 goals. Those are replica of what Rodri does. He comes out from of course from Chelsea. Not even from Real Madrid. That Kovacic can kill it from that kind of positions. You don't give Kovacic that kind of chance. He takes that shot and he has the accuracy from that kind of positions. He that reflection or whatsoever. And so he comes. So he's giving a replica, not at the same level, but it's helping them that much. They almost lost, but they graded out that result. 3-2 it ended. Same is applicable. Raheem Sterling comes in and he fills in that place. His ability to create, and then they may not be overflowing as usual, but what matters right now is that Arsenal has the mentality to grind out results, and that will see them through.
So after all, in some games we've seen games where Gabriel actually gets those goals and it's done. So it's about, if I can get you very well, it's about players stepping up and taking that responsibility in the absence of their key man. Nelson, back to you. Briefly, who do you think can replace Bukayo Saka
in the in Arsenal team? I think no one can replace Bukayo Saka, because with all due respect to Sterling and Martinelli and the rest you call, let's not forget what happened last season. Last season was shampoo because Saliba got injured, and when Saliba got injured in that Arsenal team, you saw he affected Arsenal a lot. And now Reliance have called out many names. He has called out. He has given an example of Kovacic. I give an example of many other things. But let's not forget last season Arsenal went from top to second to because of what happened to one player, which is Saliba. And no, though you will say they now have Calafiori and their defense look as if it's a little bit solid. No, that it's solid, but not as standard as it used to be. Now Saka is injured. Your main man is injured. What happened last season might likely replace itself, because let's not lie to you, there's nobody in Arsenal that can replace Bukayo Saka. No matter how you want to put it. Is he Sterling? What is Sterling playing? What did he give us in Chelsea? Because Man City covered a little mistake from the man. Man City is the kind of team that once one player is making a mistake, other players can cover it for you. Now in Chelsea, there was nobody to cover a mistake for him in Chelsea, and you saw how Sterling was shambolic in Chelsea. Not that shambolic though, but he did not give us what you expected from Sterling in Chelsea. Now he's come to Arsenal. Saka is no longer there. Okay, you have Gabriel Jesus and Sterling. Sterling not going to give you what Saka does to Arsenal team. He don't give assists. He don't give goals. What is he going to bring to the table? We don't know what to expect. But what I'm trying to say in essence is these two players, Sterling and Gabriel Jesus, is not going to give you what Saka is going to give in the Arsenal team, because Saka is Saka no matter how to put it. So there's no player in Arsenal right now that can be able to give what Saka is going to give to you. But Arsenal is a team that they can be able to bring out one fighting spirit or the other. Like Elias has pointed out a lot of them. Elias said what Kovacic brought to the table, Rodri does not bring it. So I think Saka can bring in Jesus, and Sterling can bring in a little bit more, but you should not expect more from them. But I think Arsenal can be able to grant out points, maybe 2 points or 1 point or 3 points or 3 points in a game, because Saka is not going to be there. It's going to be a little bit difficult for them. But I think if Arteta can be able to manage this whole setting, manage the team very well, I think they can be able to bring in at least 1 point or 3 points in a particular game.
All right. During the course of the week, former Manchester United first team coach Benny McCarthy claims that the club Manchester United won't be able to find a better manager than Erik ten Hag right now. Quoting Benny McCarthy, he said, "Who else is better than what they have? You're not going to get any manager unless Pep Guardiola decides to change from City to go to Manchester United. Then maybe you might have a change in fortune. Other than that, I can't see if there's any manager better than Erik ten Hag." These are the words of Benny McCarthy. Now, bearing in mind that when Arsenal needed a coach to make them compete again, they went for a certain Mikel Arteta, who didn't have the first team coach experience, who was an assistant manager to Pep Guardiola at Manchester City. Now Arsenal are now competing. Chelsea went okay. Sorry. At this point, we'll be going off air for a little maintenance. We'll be back shortly. Thank you.
Is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people. This radio has never been this good. Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. Port Harcourt, are you ready? Today 95.1 FM, the voice of the people. Port Harcourt, are you ready? Today 95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
Turn the dial and turn up the thrill. We are not in the same league. We are rewriting the rules.